Hello, everyone, United States and Mexico, which I have said this before. I don't think it's controversial, Pete. I think this is in international soccer, so national team soccer, one of the biggest rivalries in the world. Not in
Hmm.
terms of field product, but I just think that in terms of a little bit of the history, especially recently, a lot of iconic matches, moments. And I think the connection between these two countries, right, the US and Mexico, we don't just share a border. That's not the only thing that these two countries have connected. um, it's kind of weird. It's almost like brother countries these days, right? There's a lot of Mexican Americans here, a lot of Americans living in Mexico, vice
Yeah, we
versa.
almost share a culture.
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah. In many locations in the U.S., it's very like you go to Tex-Mex food, everything about it. So, to me, it is one of the biggest rivalries in international soccer. Again, I'm not talking about product on the field. Sure, you go there, you have some European matches, and then Brazil and Argentina, Argentina and Uruguay, whatever. Sure, but it's quite remarkable. And let's go through this here now. The starting 11 to face Mexico. There's a lot to talk about today before we start the game. We'll talk about last year's game when we defeated Mexico 3-0. This lineup, concerns we have, and the positives of it. We'll go through Mexico's lineup as well. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the foot mob one so people can see the formation, even though it's Greg Berhalter. So I'm assuming you can all guess the formation, right?
Well, there might be somebody new just tuning in for the first time. Also,
That is true. So if you're new
never
here,
heard of the man, the myth, the legend named Greg Berhalter.
yeah. So if you're new here, Greg Berhalter, boy oh boy, does this guy love the 4-3-3, man. This guy loves himself a 4-3-3. Almost as much as I love coffee. But there it is, Pete. Matt Turner on goal. Serginho Dest is back from suspension as the right back. A-Rob as the left back. The two center backs, it's actually flipped. Tim Ream will be as the left center back and Richards as the right center back. But in my opinion, that's the strongest duo we have right now as the center back. So
That back four is our best back four, without question.
agreed. Agreed. Right now, it's easily our best four. The midfield, and that's where we have. I like this midfield, just to make it clear right away. Um, my only question is in regards to Tyler Adams' fitness. So let's say we go to the Copa America. Tyler Adams is playing for Bournemouth for over a month, getting 45 minutes here, 60 there, then bench there, whatever. Tyler starts with McKennie and Gio. I'm fine with that midfield. I like that midfield. My concern here is the following. You go a few years back, the backup to Tyler was Kellen Acosta. The gap was huge,
Huge.
huge.
Yeah.
With Tyler Adams on one leg, I would go put Tyler Adams over Acosta.
Hmm.
Um, but now we have a legitimate backup to Tyler, and we have a competitor of Tyler can compete for that job, which is Johnny. So I don't like the fact that he started Tyler over Johnny for that reason. I think if this was the game to start Johnny, this was the game to start Johnny. That's my opinion on it. And Tyler would be the sub to come off the bench.
Hmm.
But that's not what Greg did. He has put Tyler to start. Tyler has played for his club, I think, 40 minutes or 45 minutes the past 12 months due to a severe injury. And we also know Tyler is on a minutes restriction. So I'm assuming Tyler will probably sub that around minute 60. I don't think he'll go much over that. So right away, you start the game having to make a sub. Like, regardless of what happens, you have a sub you're going to have to make right away, Tyler Adams. And then on the midfield, you have McKennie, and then you have Gio Reyna. I'll tell you what I like, and I'll give you the mic on that. I like the fact that this midfield three from Greg Berhalter has a true destroyer, a true box-to-box, and a true playmaker, which is Gio Reyna, the playmaker,
Yeah.
McKennie, the box-to-box, and Tyler, the destroyer. But I'll give you the mic now on it.
No, it's a good midfield. You're absolutely right to question Tyler Adams, not only his potential to get re-injured, but also form and fitness in a high-intensity game. Now it's Tyler Adams, so I feel like Tyler Adams brushes his teeth with high intensity. Like it's just his personality. I can imagine him brushing his teeth in the morning, yelling "fuck you" at himself in the mirror. Like that's just who Tyler Adams is. So maybe for a moment like this, Tyler is the right decision. I think it's a big risk. We'll see if it pays off. For me, the experienced head of Ream, as well as his ability to pass out of the back, was absolutely crucial, and benching Miles was the right decision. Haji over Balogun. Apparently, Balogun got a knock, is what they're saying, which is why he's not starting. I don't know how true that is. I'm going to try to look for it here, see if that is actually true. But let's see what happens here. I probably, if Balogun couldn't play, then Haji was the right decision. But you know,
Was he?
I mean, it's either Haji or Pepe, right? After
Yeah.
Pepe's performance in the last game versus Haji's.
Well,
Yeah,
my question is, are we making? Look, I have no issue with Haji starting this specific game, but I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here for a second. Let me pick on that for a second. Are we picking it based on like one game? Because we've seen multiple poor performances from Haji. Well, not that many because he hasn't played that much for the national team, but I've seen it before. And then Pepe has had good performances. So Pepe and
sure.
Balogun struggled last game. Uh, Haji came on and was making the right runs, and Gio was finding Haji.
Yeah.
And there you go. He scored 2 goals. But is Haji capable of playing at that level in a consistent basis? I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah. I mean, look, I probably would have started Pepe or Balogun if he was healthy. But I don't think it's an egregious. I think it's worth a shot. Okay, Haji, here's your chance, right? Like you got 2 goals. Great, well done, against Jamaica. Was it a fluke? Is it a one-time thing? Can you show consistency? That's the question for Haji.
Is
And
he a
how,
center forward?
yeah, playing as the 9. Now, I think he's going to be playing with a lot of his back to goal, personally. I think there's going to be a lot of that. Remember that he's played mostly for Coventry as a winger where he can run at players. I don't think Haji's great with his back to goal, but it depends how tight the center backs get to him. If he checks into space and either, Johan Vasquez or Cesar Montes doesn't follow him, then I'm okay. If there's a defender right on his back and the ball is played into him at speed, it could be interesting to see how he handles that. But he has his
Yeah,
chance now here to do it. So let's see how he does. Other than that, I have no complaints. I mean, everything else is near spot on apart from those 2 questions.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna talk about Mexico in a second, and Mexico probably will leave space in behind. Unlike Jamaica, they're not gonna like we've seen enough U.S. Mexicos at this point. Even with the U.S. being the dominant team or the better team, Mexico doesn't sit back. And we talked about this in the morning too. Even when Mexico plays Brazil, they don't sit back. So Mexico's
Right.
probably not going to sit back, and they'll leave space in behind. And what happened between the United States and Jamaica was Gio was finding Haji right during regular time, but Jamaica was still sitting deep. For some reason, in extra time, Jamaica didn't really sit as deep.
They
Even
pushed
when
their
it was
lineup. Yeah.
they pushed it up, and then Gio found Haji, and Haji had more space to make those runs, and it worked. So Haji having the space to make those runs could benefit him as long as he can't do it as a striker because he was playing on the wing against him. He was tucking inside, but he was on the wing. Pepe was on the field.
Yeah.
And my disappointment out of that is maybe Balogun is benched because of he picked up a knock. We don't have the confirmation of that yet. But I was really looking forward to seeing how
Gio.
Balogun would adjust with Gio, how he would do it with someone actually feeding him the ball, which he played what? He played like 15 minutes with Gio last game, maybe,
Yeah. Yeah.
against a bunkering team. Um, he's and the ski saying the Haji agenda could be validated tonight. Look, if Haji goes on and scores again, I think he's earned probably to start at least another friendly or so. But
Yeah.
I'm not ready to Haji scores today and say he's a locked-in starter. Keep him there forever. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm not
I think he's
not
going to have
ready
to do a
to.
little more than that.
Yeah, I'm not ready to do that. Even if he plays, I think if he plays well tonight, he's locked his roster spot for the Copa America. Is that fair to say?
Roster spot, I would say so. I mean, yeah, that the person who might get left out then is Sargent or Pepe
Or Aronson?
or Aronson potentially.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you take 4 wingers, then technically Haji could be the 4th after Aronson, Way of Pulisic.
SparX182 saying U.S. Soccer app has listed it as a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, look, formation like designs from artwork, foot mob, or U.S. Soccer, we don't take them into consideration so much. Not because they're lying to us. It's just that when the game starts, all these people, it's not like Greg Berhalter is meeting up with the marketing guy and saying, "Hey, this is how I'm setting up the team. Can you draw?" Like he's not going to do that. So
Right.
when the game starts, we'll see what it looks like. Usually with Greg, it's more of a 4-3-3. But sure, there might be phases of play where it looks like a 4-2-3-1. Or maybe he'll just let Gio roam. Who knows? Who knows what Berhalter will do?
Yeah.
Tiago Martins is saying, who is the player in Mexico that you worry about the most? I guess with Thiago Martin's chat, it's a good time for us to talk about Mexico because their lineup is out too.
Mm-hmm.
And Mexico comes out with 200-year-old Memo Ochoa on goal. That still got it for the national team. Boy's still there. Jorge Sanchez as the right back and Jesus Gallardo as the left back. The two center backs, Johan Vasquez and Cesar Montes, are there. Those are actually good center backs. Those are good center backs that they have.
They're good for Mexico, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they would be our two backups today.
Yeah. As in, like, they're not amazing. They're considering Mexico's player pool, those two center backs are pretty fine.
Yeah. I think they're better than Miles and McKenzie.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you got Luis Chavez and Eric Sanchez as the two midfielders right there ahead of Edson Alvarez. And in this team, Edson Alvarez is most likely the best player by quite a bit.
He's the one I fear because I think it'll be his job to tackle Gio on a regular basis and shut Gio down. And he can be something to behold when he's on his defensive duties. So.
In last game, he was a goal threat in the air twice.
Yeah.
Almost scored 2 goals off headers. He's been playing in the Premier League for longer than a season now. A season, right? He arrived there now.
Almost a season. Yeah.
Almost a season. So he's been playing a higher level and playing well for West Ham for the most part. So
yeah,
Edson Alvarez is definitely probably their best player right now and the biggest threat against the United States. Then their front three, and I'm just going to say it, man. This is not a good front three.
No.
This is not a good front three. It's a washed Chucky Lozano that's not been good for PSV. It's Uriel Antuna that you guys should know by now. Pace merchant that can't cross to save his life at this point. And then Henry Martin, a Liga MX center forward that doesn't even score that much in Liga MX. So this front three is not good. That's the kindest way to put it.
Yeah, no, it's not good. But obviously we still have to be sharp and vigilant because all it takes is one moment. And you talked a little bit about this morning in our preview, how a derby is a derby, regardless of quality on the field, the high intensity moments, the tempo of the game, usually the craziness of the game, all the CONCACAFing. Like, how many throats are going to get grabbed tonight?
At least 2.
Before, both Guardado and Herrera have grabbed throats of McKennie, of Horvath, of who else was it? Was it McKennie who got his throat grabbed like 3 times?
They love grabbing McKennie's throat. It's very weird.
I think it's their kink.
Yeah, it's like a 50 Shades of Grey stuff. Something
I know,
going on there.
I know.
It's something
and
weird.
I don't want to kink shame anyone there, but hopefully there's no throat grabbing going on today. Who do you think's the most under pressure right now, Greg Berhalter or Jaime Lozano?
I'm going to say allegedly so I don't get in trouble. I think allegedly Jaime Lozano is more of like a puppet of where he is.
Yeah, I don't think he's under any pressure.
I don't think he's under any pressure. And I think Greg Berhalter, he is under pressure from very few media members that do PR, and a lot of them do PR and help him. But he's under a lot of pressure among fans. I see a lot of backlash with Berhalter, and if he doesn't win, people are going to come after him. Even if the players are to blame, which if we lose, it's never just the coach, just to make that clear.
But Joe Lowry told me that our players aren't good enough to win in CONCACAF and that the whole we have a bad coach thing is a red herring.
Lucky for you, he's coming to the channel. We're going to have a debate. So, guys, we're going to have a debate here. For the first time, someone that disagreed with me and Pete will come to the channel in the month of April. For the first time, we're going to have a legit debate, which in U.S. soccer, this should be happening all over the place. But for some reason, most people don't. So one thing about Joe Lowry, I disagree with almost everything he says, but actually appreciate the fact that he actually responded to me and said, okay, we'll do it. Now, will it be good? How is he going to go about it?
Whether or not he backtracks under pressure, we'll find out. But.
Yeah, but I appreciate the fact that he replied, and hopefully it's a fun episode for everyone. Let me do one thing real quick, Pete. Everyone, before we continue, I'm going to put a quick word from our sponsor. Let me just read Gabe, the American Leeds fan. Gabe has a good channel, actually. He's American and loves Leeds still for some reason. You should have broken up with Leeds last year, man. But he says, big up, guys. If we win, ready to smug articles praising Greg. If we lose, ready for more love articles attacking the young bad players. Of course, if we win,
what it is, right?
If we win, it's Greg. If we lose, it's the players. Yeah. Didn't you get the memo? That's
Greg is a genius, according to Brian McBride.
We'll talk about Brian McBride again. But everyone, we'll be back in 1 minute. I'm going to get more coffee. Quick word from the sponsor of this video, Underdog Fantasy. In the meantime, drop a like in the video. It's a great way to support the channel, and it's free. And we'll be back in a minute. And thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring Tactical Manager TV. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match, or basketball, or football as well, but we don't talk about those two in Tactical Manager TV. Sometimes basketball during live watch-alongs. I have been playing Underdog Fantasy for over a year now. You can download the app by using the link on the description of this video, and you can also use the promo code TMTV. And Underdog will be matching your first deposit for up to $100. And in the process, you'll be helping the channel avoid bankruptcy. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. You just click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for a specific match and select the stats that you believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about your picks because it's not easy to win. I'll be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams or match live watch-alongs, so stay tuned for that, as I will be forced to cheer for a player or root against him. Now, I am a professional hater, so I'll probably be rooting for the player's downfall. Once again, don't forget to use the promo code TMTV and use the link on the description of this video. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the channel. Okay, thank you everyone that stayed for that ad. I know you all got annoyed, bored, and tired of it, and you guys did that in the past too, but we appreciate everyone that supports the channel. And again, if you could kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to. And then obviously our Patreon, the link is in the description to our Patreon if you want to join that, with lots of perks that I'm not going to go through right now because I don't feel like it. You can join if you want to. Zachary Johnson, Haji is our Benzema. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I wish we had Benzema, but not over Haji. I would take Karim Benzema over Haji.
Sure.
Jonathan Hernandez is saying Mexican pundits say Mexico might actually give us the possession. Yeah, it's because of Jimmy Lozano's interview yesterday, apparently. Apparently, he, I guess, teased the idea that he could take a more defensive approach, which we talked about this, me and Pete, in the preview. We said that if Mexico just accepts the fact that the United States has a better team right now, and they just, hey, let's defend, give them possession, try to hit them in transition, I think their odds increases drastically.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to outplay us. The only reason we thought they wouldn't do it is because we've never seen them do it. Even against like Argentina, Brazil, they still don't do it. So that's why. But I don't know, man. If they do it, things can get complicated for the U.S. Beast 420 said, only 50 Shades I want to see. I don't know if I want to read that. Should I read that or should I skip it? I'm going to skip it.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, don't risk it. Don't risk it. I don't know what it is. Zachary Johnson saying the midfield looks lackluster without Aiden Morris, just saying FIFA rating 76. Good for him in FIFA. I haven't played FIFA in a while, but as far as I know, 76 is not a good rating in FIFA. It's pretty mediocre. I would say above 80 starts to become good, but 76 is not good at FIFA, man. So I don't know. I don't know quite what you are talking about there. Now let me see here. They're saying read it. I'm not reading it, guys. I'm not reading it. I'm not reading. I'm not falling for that. I don't fall for that stuff. That is something you can send to an old man and he'll fall for it and he'll still not realize. Not old enough to fall for that. Not old enough. Ghostcar 21 saying waiting for Mexico fans saying the U.S. got a lucky 3-0 win. Perfect chat. Because now, Pete, why don't we talk about that? Let me bring up last year's game. Why don't I do that?
Yeah.
We played Mexico last year, and we got a 3-0 victory in the Nations League semifinals. In what myself and yourself, both of us, have said that it was the most dominant U.S. men's national team win we have ever seen in our lifetimes. And I think even if someone is older than us, I don't think they've seen a more dominant one because we used to lose to them every single time before the 90s. And this was the game. 3-0. Pulisic had a brace. Pulisic could have had a hat trick. Pepe got a goal later in the game. And the United States ended up getting a 3-0 victory in that match. Going back to that, here's the starting 11 we put out, and the coach at the time was BJ Callahan. We had Turner on goal, so essentially the same back line, but Miles instead of Ream. So I'd say the back line was even worse. Along with that, the midfield had McKennie, Musa, and Reyna. Uh, if Tyler is 100%, I would say that Tyler, McKennie, Gio is a better midfield. But again, same level roughly because Musa was fully fit there. Pulisic, Way, and Balogun. So the starting 11 is roughly as good, and the bench is better now. And Berhalter has these players a year older. They're better. They're hitting their prime slowly. Pulisic's in form. So let me ask you a question here. In terms from a Berhalter perspective, what is acceptable here today in today's game?
I would say the bare minimum is another dominant performance.
Lots of possession, no penetration.
No, possession is not dominance. This is one thing that, like, the Scuffed podcast might try to highlight as, like, I saw some tweets today that really piqued my interest in terms of things that Lindsey Horan has said in the past. But anyways,
I mean, it was Greg Velasquez as always. It's
right,
always
Greg Velasquez,
always the same
trying to
guy.
convince everybody that Greg is doing just fine, and that anybody who wants him out is stupid. But that's kind of Velasquez's MO.
Yeah, can I just add one thing? That's the same guy that got into a debate with you about Leggett being the national team, and then later on, he also died on the Jesus Ferreira hill till the end. So that's the same guy here.
He's lost.
Let's just say,
yeah, he's been basically knocked off almost any hill he's died on. But I think
not the brightest,
not too bright, but extremely condescending for somebody who's not too bright. His message to American fans now is our players are not good enough. Similar to Joe Lowry, basically our players are not good enough. Berhalter sets up the tactics just fine, and the players are not executing. So that's his opinion. First of all, if the players are not executing, that's still on the coach. That's still on the coach because it's his job to get them to execute. So anyways, he was also tried to act like possession was a dominant thing. Possession is not dominance. The game is not won by the amount of passes strung together. Dominance is multiple quality chances created. Look, sometimes you can miss chances finishing. That's not necessarily always on the coach, although it can speak to a team's confidence. But generally speaking, if you're looking exciting, dominant, you are dominating the game, creating numerous high-quality chances, then that is a dominant performance while conceding few high-quality chances. So, I mean, that's bare minimum.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. It's like you can win the match 1-0 and still completely dominate it. It doesn't necessarily have to be 3-0. You can create lots of goal scoring opportunities, be wasteful. If the players are wasteful in front of the goal, that's not on Berhalter. If they keep wasting opportunities and you get a win, I think the bare minimum is to dominate Mexico. That's what it is. Get the win and dominate Mexico. Because if BJ Callahan was able to do it with the same team, but 1 year like less experience. Like remember at the time, Chris Richards wasn't playing for his club. Christian Pulisic wasn't playing for Chelsea. A-Rob didn't have the season he's having right now for Fulham. Gio Reyna wasn't playing anyway. McKennie was on that Leeds era, which he was in one of the worst forms I've ever seen from McKennie. Weah wasn't playing also much for Leo, just like Juventus. Musa was still Musa.
Playing much.
Dest wasn't playing either for Milan.
Dest was, yeah, a lot of these guys were not playing. And yet we still managed to look dominant. Oh, that was the other thing about Joe Lowry. He's like, I can't wait for, us to get a new coach and the players to not look like what these fans want them to look like. It's like, bro, we already got that. And they looked exactly as we thought they should look. So.
Yeah, I mean, this lineup, we went through it at the time. Almost every single player in this lineup was in poor form or not playing. The only one that was in good form was Balogun coming in from the season. Everyone else was like not playing much. Even Miles Robinson did not have a good season in MLS for Atlanta, or was not having.
No, Turner was the backup at Arsenal. Dest wasn't playing. A-Rob and Ream were playing. A-Rob was playing. Richards was benched.
Yeah.
McKennie, terrible. Musa was having a bad season. Yeah, you're right.
Valencia.
All of them except Balogun and A-Rob actually were either not playing or having terrible seasons.
It was 3-0. So Greg Berhalter gets these same players now in good form for their clubs, a year more experience, so they're more ready than ever. And I think Berhalter also has a better bench. I think he has better options this time around. We can look at. I can look at the bench right now. So The bench that they had was De La Torre, Pepe, Aronson, Zimmerman, and Scally. So all like Pepe's on the bench right now, better player than he was. Aronson's on the bench. De La Torre is not on the bench, but then you have also Johnny. Johnny was on the bench, but Johnny's also a better player. Had Drake Calendar, Trusty, Zendejas, Alan Sonora was in that roster.
Zendejas and Senora. Wow.
Yeah. So again, it doesn't. Of course, it goes back to what we said. This is a derby, and derbies are weird. They're unpredictable. Sometimes you get a much better team, and they struggle. It's very rarely it's easy. Every single derby, and we've seen this so many times at the club level. So of course we can take a little bit of it with a grain of salt. But at the end of the day, this is one way for us to measure Greg because they rehired him. So same opponent, similar circumstances, right? Nations League semifinal, final, and see what result they pull. They're also just 1 year apart. And if anything, the US got a bit better in terms of players. And it's not Berhalter's first cycle. He knows these players by now. He has his system implemented, all of that. I think it has to be a win at regular time and outplaying Mexico. Doesn't have to be 3-0. It could be 1-0. It could be 2-0. But outplay Mexico. Noticeably outplay Mexico. I'll put it that way. TLC Sons, thank you for the super chat. Doesn't say anything. Jeff, gentlemen, could the Europa Cup final be as good or as better as the Champions League final? You mean the Europa League? I mean, the game, yeah.
I'm not going to Milan versus Liverpool. That could be that. There's been many Champions League finals of Milan versus some of the best. One of the best Champions League finals ever was Milan Liverpool.
It depends on what you're saying about as good. If you say in terms of like entertainment for the game, yeah, it could be even better. You can have games from weaker leagues or divisions, but in terms of quality, no. Probably the Champions League finalists, the two finalists, are probably better teams than the two Europa League finalists. But no, it can be good, the Europa League. Stanley saying, I think the Benzema reference was he means he left the national team and came back doing well, I guess. Did Benzema come back doing well? Because he like played and then he didn't play in the World Cup. He came back and then he didn't play in the World Cup.
I think it was just mostly like, doesn't he have like court cases with like blackmail and underage?
There's some weird shit with Benzema, yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure I want any of our guys being like Benzema, to be honest. It's kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, very talented, I would say, but
I mean, sure, but so is Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, so is Mason Greenwood, Dani Alves, and we don't want those guys anywhere near.
No,
I guess not even in our country. The way the everything they've done.
Yeah, although our coach.
That is true. That is true. Not as bad as those though. James Gamble, thank you for a super chat as well. Good USA lineup or nah? I'm new to this US. It's a good lineup. We talked about our concerns, but our concerns are not really us. We're not criticizing the lineup in the sense of like it's bad. We just talked about how Tyler is not 90 minutes fit and the Haji Wright inclusion over Pepe or Balogun that possibly picked a knock. But no, the lineup is good. It's a good lineup. The back line is the strongest one we can put out, the back line. Mm-hmm. The midfield, if all of them are fully healthy, this might be the strongest midfield we can put out. Yeah. You could debate like Johnny and Adams, but it's not a hill I'm willing to die on. I'm okay with either one. And then up top, it is Pulisic, Weah, and then I guess you could debate like Haji, Balogun, Sargent, Pepe. I'll probably go with Balogun, but This is a strong lineup. Pulisic the GOAT saying Mexico sucks. Pulisic for president. Mexico, the national team sucks. The country doesn't. The country's actually really good. I like the country quite a bit. Zachary Johnson saying Tyler is trash. Let Mans get his fitness up and stop glazing him. And Mexico you're definitely going to win tonight, to be honest. I wouldn't call Tyler trash, but...
No, okay. Trash is not fair. He does a very specific job.
Yeah, and he can do it in the Premier League, the specific
and he can do it in the Premier League. The question is not that. The question is he fit enough to be effective and not get re-injured?
TLC Sons is saying, ideal realistic coach the United States should go after. We talked about Pellegrino Materazzo. I think it is realistic. He's American. Could he say no because he's in the Bundesliga? Sure, but the opportunity to coach the national team in home soil. The thing is, I went through a stat today. Berhalter was the 13th most well-paid coach in the 2022 World Cup.
Mm.
13th out of 32 teams. So he's on the top 50% right there. Um, so when you put that into consideration, Berhalter got a raise. He was making like 1.3 million during the World Cup. Now I think he makes like 1.6,
1.7
1.7.
plus bonuses.
There you go. So he got a raise, right? Berhalter got a raise. So that maybe he would be like a top 10 coach right now in terms of like salary in the World Cup, which are usually the best teams in the world. With that said, what that tells me is there are better coaches than him and worse teams in the World Cup, and Berhalter was making more money. And most of this is about money, right? If you pay the guy enough, he'll take the job. And plus, the United States is an attractive job because they're hosting the World Cup and all that. So, yes, I think we could. There's actually more options than people can realize, but the federation has to be willing to do their research, actually interview coaches, and probably hire an outsider, which I don't think
Yeah,
they're
well, like
comfortable
Hervé
doing that.
Renard, for example, could have been an excellent, at least, guy to interview and talk to. Pellegrino Matarazzo is absolutely somebody to look at. Yogi Low. I don't care what you say about Yogi Low. The man won a World Cup. He knows the international game. He's a tactical genius. Germany's problems ever since Yogi Low was fired have not changed. So I think Germany's problems go a lot deeper than Yogi Low, to be honest. You know, Hansi Flick might be out of our reach, but I'm just saying, like, that's three right there: Yogi Low, Pellegrino, Matarazzo, and Hervé Renard. That could be good options.
Yeah, and I mean, you just said it from the top of your head. If they actually do their own research and look up, they'll find
Right.
more good options, and they have money to do so.
Or,
If they off,
BJ Callahan. Like, it's not even that complicated.
I think we can do better than DJ too.
I think we can too. I'm just saying, if like the bar with Berhalter is so low.
Also, if we're paying Berhalter 1.6, 1.7, we heard it from, I think it was JT Batson himself. Was it him or someone from the Federation that said that there was no budget? So let's say, let's not put an absurd, let's not put 20 million. Let's say they paid 3 million to someone. I can assure you, you would have so many good options.
Oh, yeah.
So many good options.
Oh, yeah.
But
Dude,
you have
John Herdman, honestly, would have been a better option.
True. I agree with that. I can agree with that. By the way, you like my 06 jersey?
It's a great jersey.
I love this jersey.
06 and the Waldos are my favorites.
Yeah. I also I like this crest. I don't know, a bit more. I miss it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's the old sort of, it's a little cartoony, but
I think it might just be nostalgia. Maybe,
it's not as clean. U.S. soccer loves clean.
Oh yeah, they're modern. Like Berhalter, like Brian McBride said, he called Greg Berhalter more modern than Carlo Ancelotti.
I know.
You know, the guy that coaches Real Madrid, and Brazil and Real Madrid were fighting for this guy like months ago.
Has more Champions League titles than any other coach in the world, including Pep Guardiola.
And just won it like 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Like just won it.
Yeah.
Julian View is saying, what do you think of Berchima's, Julian Hall goals and Kevin Sullivan's assist today in MLS Next Pro? I saw Kevin's assist. Good ball, good vision, long ball, and then the guy did most of the work. But guys, again, MLS Next Pro, these are the teams that were getting eliminated in the Open Cup by amateur teams.
Yeah.
I think all these guys you listed, they are good potential prospects. But until we see them in a more competitive environment, I'm not going to care to watch MLS Next Pro right now. I watched a little bit in the Open Cup, and they sucked. Like the level's not good enough. I'm sorry. So that's all I have. It's like weaker. It's a weak academy essentially, because the MLS teams in the Open Cup, well, in MLS Next Pro, most of their players are like U23, U20, most of them, to be fair. But still, you're playing amateur teams. If you're a good professional team, because they're technically a professional team, MLS Next Pro, they're like 3rd division or 4th division in the US, you should be beating these teams. These guys don't even probably practice every day. They have other jobs. Like, no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. And it's like with anybody under 16 years old, like I just don't really pay any attention to them because so much can change. They're literal children. I mean, look, we'll track Kevin, we'll track Julian Hall, Nimfasha Berchimas. And probably of those three, Kevin might be the best of the three options, maybe Hall. I'm not as high on Berchimas as some people are. I think he's very physically developed for his age, and that gives him an advantage. A little bit like Cade Cowell in the sense that, like, you look at Cade Cowell, he has mostly only ever really been good at the youth level. And that's where his physical attributes stand out. Whether or not that translates to a pro level if you don't have the technique is the big question. But I don't get hyped about any of these kids. We'll just keep an eye on them and then see. Once they hit U17 level, then I think it's okay to start not hyping them up, but seriously looking at them.
Yeah, and Caven will get his move to Manchester City's academy. We'll see where he goes. I think, yeah, we're gonna be tracking where they're going, and let's say Caven, when he's 16, they find a club in Europe, in the Belgium league, whatever, they loan him. We're gonna be tracking him by then. But right now, it's really hard to have a legitimate opinion. And everyone that has a legitimate opinion on a 14-year-old, be a bit skeptical because they might just be trying to hype the kid for clicks.
Yeah, it's not good for a 14-year-old also to be hyped so much.
Yeah, we'll keep track of him and all of that, but I don't have a legitimate opinion on all of them.
Yeah.
Stephen Agishi saying, I pray Dest or McKennie doesn't get rejected. Rejected?
I think he means ejected.
Oh, ejected. Like, oh, yeah, because they both got a red the last
They
time.
both got red. That's the second. Dest is just coming back from a red.
Yeah. And then Thiago Martin saying, Pulisic will do something meaningful this match. We hope so, and I think it's likely because Christian Pulisic loves to step up against Mexico.
Yeah.
There's one thing he loves is to
He's
step
an
up
L tree
against
merchant,
Mexico.
for sure.
Exactly. He loves stepping up against Mexico just like Donald Trump loves McDonald's. It's very close. It's a very tight race right there. We don't know which one likes it better. McRyan, thank you for the super chat. McRyan saying, felt it against Jamaica. We looked better in a 4-4-2. We didn't play a 4-4-2 against. Well, I guess Haji sometimes was up top, and it kind of looked like
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't really a 4-4-2. Any thoughts on the formation? You think it's best? 4-3-3 and constant crosses is getting old. Also, Johnny should be starting tonight. He paired with Gio nicely on Thursday. We talked about this earlier in the stream, Mac. We did think Johnny should have been the starting six, and Tyler should have come off the bench later in the game. And we wanted to see Gio partnered up more with Balogun to find the through balls. I don't look. As long as Berhalter gives Gio freedom to roam, and Haji and possibly Weah are making those runs, I think you might see a little bit less crossing because Gio is not going to go towards that. He's going to try to find a through ball if that's the case. Now, depending on how Berhalter sets up this team and how the players go and how they're instructed, and if they're not making those runs, then it's back to Berhalter ball and crosses.
Those runs are really important because
Yes.
if you have Weah, Pulisic, and Haji stretching that back line, that opens the field up for Gio. When Gio gets on the ball, that's the first thing he's looking for. But if those runs aren't being made, what you'll see Gio do is tap it sideways or backwards to kind of try to reset. So that's really important, especially when Gio receives it on the half turn in the pocket. Are we making those runs? Is McKennie getting forward to support Gio to give him the 1-2 option, right? That's going to be huge. Can Dest come inside to try to combine? Those are going to be really important things because Gio is a lock picker, but he needs his tools to help pick that lock. And
he needs a lock to pick. Like if there's no lock right there, yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's going to be really important. Watch the movement of the front three, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can put. I'm not comparing. Please, anyone, don't take this out of context. I'm not comparing Gio Reyna to Kevin De Bruyne. But if you put Kevin De Bruyne on a team where no one's making those runs, no one's showing up for him, who's he going to pass it to?
Yeah.
And the thing about the Jamaica game is Haji was doing that. Haji was making those right runs, and Gio was finding him. So long Haji does this today, and I hope it's not just Haji. I hope Weah makes those hard runs in behind.
Weah definitely has that. That's probably his strongest part of his game.
That Pulisic found him in the World Cup. He made that run, and Pulisic found him, and he scored against Wales. Wales, the country, by the way, everyone, not the animal in the sea. I need to make that clear.
That is the most dad joke I've ever heard you say.
I need to make that clear, man. It's like Wales, the country. But anyhow, as long as that happens, we'll see less crosses, and that's what we're hoping for. We're okay with crossing as long as that's not the only play we have.
Yeah.
What do you think of the USA's U19s beating England? I don't think anything.
I don't really read into it.
Yeah, like I didn't watch the game, so I have no opinion on that. Now, the result itself is meaningless. Like if I watched the game, maybe I would have an opinion, but not watching the game and just looking at the score, no opinion, because youth results don't really matter. We've seen Mexico. Did Mexico win like a U17 World Cup or something?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care. I don't know the context. I don't know if England are actually sending their best. They might not be sending their best. I don't even know who we sent. So I saw the result. The result itself on its own, to me, it's meaningless. To me.
Yeah, that's the same.
Orion Pax is saying, "Hey Tack, word is in Mexico that if Mexico gets blown out, they will fire Jimmy and offer the job to Jardini of Club America. Should he take it? Because our boys will destroy El Tri." Look, I can't respond for him, and I'll put it this way: um, if I was coaching a club or an MLS team or coaching a club in Brazil, and my country came knocking, asking for me to coach, and we're like 2 years away from a World Cup that we're hosting, also, by the way, I would say yes on a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think much about it. I would say yes. What about you, Pete?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes,
I
agreed.
don't think. Yeah, I don't think what else to say. So he should. And Ethan Graw is saying Tack and Pete deployed overseas right now. So I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to watch the game. Thanks for all the content you make. I'm always entertained in my off time and go USA. 4 a.m. So where do you think he is?
Wake up at 4 a.m. to watch the games. It's probably 5 a.m. My guess is somewhere in the South Pacific.
So Southeast Asia, maybe?
Southeast Asia, maybe Japan, Okinawa. If he's deployed, it's either Southeast Asia or potentially Okinawa, um, South Korea,
Were there
Singapore,
U.S. bases in India when you were there?
Thailand. India. The U.S. has some bases in India, but not big ones. Mostly in Southeast Asia, Japan. Could be Guam. Also, someone's saying, yeah, could be Guam.
Okay, and everyone, a couple of things here before we start the stream. Actually, two things. One, we appreciate the super chats, but one thing that's better for the channel is if you join the Patreon instead of sending super chats. That would be better. Second thing, if you have super chats and questions, hold a few also for the post game at 11 Yanks because we're going to be there too. We're going to start the game, so I won't be able to read all of them. We appreciate it. You can keep sending it, but that's just what I'm saying, just to even it out there. And once again, the best way to support the channel is to join the Patreon. Mine or Pete's, we have both. Offer different perks, but there's one at 11 Yanks. There's one here. You can join one, join another, whatever you like. It's just different perks, right? Pete has like
Whichever
more.
one of us you end up helping, you're helping us both because we work together. So
Exactly. So that's just one thing. We obviously appreciate any super chat and everything. I'm just saying that if you want to, for us, it's always better to join the Patreon. And also with the Patreon, me and Pete can give back more because the content we put on YouTube is free. We're doing it regardless. But the Patreon, we can give back with giveaways. Pete does actual like tactical breakdowns there where we can actually use highlights. Zachary saying, when are y'all going to host a 6x6 tournament in Orlando? We're trying to win some bread. So I will be hosting a pickup game in Orlando to YouTube and Patreon members. I might try to open up to some other people from outside. I'll probably announce. I just can't have too many people because I'm renting a field. Unfortunately, Pete won't be able to attend here in Orlando, but I'm sure me and Pete will get one in LA. We'll get one in LA done eventually.
yeah.
In the near future. And Daniel, also thank you, Daniel, for the super chat. Thank you very much, Daniel. And Ravgav248 saying, for everyone hyping U15 players, 2 words, Freddy Adu. Dial it all the way back. Yeah, that's one of the many examples, but we have so many of like people that hyped 15-year-olds and something like that happened. There's so many of them. They're playing the national anthem right now. Did you see the video of Berhalter? Like when they announced in the stadium, Berhalter like crosses his. Did you see that?
With his shirt tucked in.
Should I put it on stream right now? Do you think I would? I wouldn't get a copyright. That was a fan recording, right? So
Yeah, I think you'd be fine, but
yeah, I'll put it here. That was a fan.
His joggers. Ooh.
I think it's this
Anything
one.
more dad. It's not even dad at that point. That's grandpa. That's like grandpa.
Yeah, I'll just put the picture. I got the picture. So guys, look at this picture and help me rate his aura. Like, look at this. Look at this, Pete. Tucked in.
But it's even better with the video when he's standing to the side and he turns around and
wait, let me see if I can find here the video in media because I posted
the
it.
even funnier.
I shared it somewhere.
I spewed coffee when I saw the video.
Oh, here it is.
Oh. Oh.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so
Oh,
good.
national anthem is playing.
Yes, let me finish off these super chats so I can go to the game because the game's gonna start here. Um, which Mexican player, not Edson, has best chance to ball? Dude, because of the way they have, I would probably say one player that I actually don't think is bad is wasn't it Chavez in the World Cup? He's like
Yes,
deadly in
Luis
set pieces.
Chavez. He was probably their best player at the World Cup, to
Plays
be
in
honest.
Russia. Plays in Russia.
Yeah.
So it'd be Chavez for sure. Rolf is saying best jersey 2010 diagonal stripe, third red jersey. The red jersey was 2016, I think. The full red. Remember that?
With the
2016.
diagonal stripe.
Well, we had one that was just red with nothing on it, pretty much. Even our crest was like red on it. That was, I think, 2016.
I do not remember that. 2016.
Yeah,
I thought
we had
that was
we
Copa
had one.
America. That was Copa America.
Maybe and 17 was cool. I'm 99% sure we had a jersey that was all red, and even the crest was red because of it.
I
And it
don't
was
remember
recent.
that one.
It was the new crest. Stephen Agishi saying concerns with Balogun, think he's frustrated with Greg. I don't know. People were saying that he got picked up a knock. Did you see anything on that, Pete? Did you find anything?
That's apparently what the commentators said. But I haven't found this on Twitter. To be fair, I haven't seen it on Twitter, but I haven't really been looking. So.
And Drunken Ramblings with Aaron saying, just joined the Patreon. Just want to thank you both. I may not always agree, especially with Balogun starting, but I appreciate the consistency and honesty. Ready for fireworks? Let's go USA. I mean, me and Pete don't agree on everything either, but it's
No.
like that's literally part of the game. The thing is, we're not like whiny babies like some of the MLS shows on Twitter. Me and Pete disagree. We're like, okay, whatever. We move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And thank you, Drunken Ramblings, for joining the Patreon. And remember, guys, Pete also has a Patreon, 11 Yanks. It's in the description of your video, always. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brennan Monahan saying, thanks for the great coverage as always. Been away for a bit, and both of you guys' videos help me catch up and find out what we've missed. And Pete, you want to take this one? Because it's usually what we always say to everyone. That's what we try to do, keep fans, I guess, like informed.
Informed and entertained.
Hyped, interested.
Yeah.
We try to just keep guys in tune with U.S. soccer.
I think there are some people who come around, different content creators. Obviously, everyone's got their own lifestyle and everyone's busy. I'm, for example, way more busy than Tack with some of my other work, so I don't get to upload as often as he does, but I understand how important it is to keep being regular uploaders. Some people are going to come back just for Copa America or just for the World Cup because they see it as a moneymaker or whatever, but, when the going gets tough, they're nowhere to be seen. And I think Tack and I have always felt like that was important to, even when it's slower and there's not much going on, to still keep the coverage going,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because usually just for everyone, for transparency, usually when we actually make money on this, it's usually when the U.S. plays. And there's months where the U.S. doesn't play. And we try to continue the coverage as regular as possible to keep everyone informed and entertained. And so we can also be well-versed. And the game just started, by the way, so we're going to be talking about that. While some content creators as a whole only come when there's something
there's big tournaments or something,
essentially to make money. But
yeah.
Drew, I'm going to finish the super chats, everyone, and then we're at the game. The game has started, 30 seconds into it already. I really want to focus on the game, so I'm probably going to miss some super chats.
I'm going to go also. I will see you guys in and around. Let's go USA. Let's win this one. Three-peat. Here we go.
See you soon, Pete. All right, everyone, we're alone again, United States and Mexico. Mexico gets already a dangerous free kick right away. And as we were talking about this earlier in the stream, Mexico can and was dangerous on set pieces against Panama. Edson Alvarez with a header. And then obviously Chavez is very dangerous in set pieces. So we'll see how this one goes here. Drew Watson saying the right flank looks fun. Excited to see them pour it on. I hope so, man. I hope so. And I'm catching up on the super chats here, by the way. Free kick for Mexico. Ball delivered. Matt Turner punches it away. Matt Turner clears it. Chucky Lozano's still trying to settle it. And we're trying to quickly press Mexico. And it's cleared by Chris Richards with a header. Mexico's still in possession here. Doesn't look like Mexico's going to sit back, guys. They're playing a high line here as expected. And back here to super chat real quick. Marco is saying, Mexico fan here, we're probably cooked. Televisa FC is playing in the United States, is for sure going to dominate this game. No Quinones as well. Congrats to the U.S. Hasn't Quinones, I think he was listed as injured. Picked up a knock. look, it's a derby. Anything can happen. I agree with you. I think the United States are the favorites, but again, it is a derby and anything can happen. But I hope you're right. I hope the U.S. wins. And Super Chump is saying Pete for USMNT coach and Tack to be the ball boy. I can be the water boy. I don't want to be the ball boy. The ball boy is just like running around in circles there trying to catch every single kick there. I'll be the water boy. Water boy. Anthony saying, own Go Gonzalez on my TV. Own Omar Gonzalez? You saw Omar Gonzalez on TV? He was on TV, really? Okay, back to the game here. That's going to be a throw-in. Berhalter, bounce pass. He did a bounce pass. Oh, no, they're back. He did the bounce pass. They're back. Is that good luck or bad luck when he does the bounce pass? I don't know. I just find it cringe at this point. Greg Berhalter does a bounce pass. 5D Hori 93. How would you prefer the U.S. players to respond if Mexico starts shithousing, shoving, taunting fights? Do you want to see fury responses from the players and risk a yellow? Yes, I would like to see tough responses. I would like for them to try to avoid cards, but you can't let them bully you. If they're bullying you, they're taunting, they're fighting. If they're taunting, like saying crap, then you cannot give a crap. Maybe just get like a little bit of a tough challenge, shove. Don't risk getting a red card for sure, but you can't let them bully you. You can't let them get into your head. You bully them back. That's what I would probably tell to my team. They're bullying you, you bully them back, but be smart about it, right? Be clever, because that is part of the game. In Brazil, we call that be malandro. That's what we call it in Brazil. You got to be malandro on the field. But no, you should not let them bully you and just walk away with it, in my opinion, because it'll just get worse, right? Tiago Martin saying, is there any good soccer commentator in English? Analyst, yes. I do like Hercules Gomez. Commentator, I don't know, man. I usually mute the TV. Mexico goes in with the cross. Turner comes off his line and is able to take it before Edson Alvarez can get his head on it. 3 minutes and 40 seconds here, and Matt Turner has the ball in his hands. Last super chat here. Scott O'Connor saying, do they speak to club if using Adams more? Scott, I'm assuming so, and probably cleared the minute restriction to probably 60 minutes. I'm assuming it's 60 minutes, and wow, Gio Reyna is deep. Should be way higher up the field. Super deep, and just tries to go long here with Timothy Weah, able to settle it. Good ball from Gio. To Weah, back to Dest. Gio's really deep. Tyler Adams all the way back to Tim Ream. And Wido808 is saying, I'm scared, Papa. Scared of what? Mexico? We haven't lost to Mexico in the past 6 games. We haven't lost to Mexico in the past 6 games. Do I like Taylor Twellman? You mean as a person or as a commentator? As a commentator, not so much. But as a person, he has interacted with me on Twitter a few times and even messaged me. And he's always been very respectful. So as a person, yes. Commentator, not so much. Just being honest. Nothing against him personally. Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna combines with A-Rob. Gio with the header. Pulisic. Oh, Pulisic. No, Memo Ochoa with the save. Pulisic with the 1v1. That was so close. The United States almost opened the score. It was A-Rob with Gio, and then Pulisic was able to just take the ball through the Mexican defender. Memo Ochoa coming out of the goal. Big time save from Ochoa. Pulisic tries to drift inside, nothing out of it. The United States almost gets a goal. Freaking Memo Ochoa. That was a big time save from Memo Ochoa. Big time save. Let me see the replay here. So Gio, A-Rob. Gio is able to hold it. He heads it down the middle. Pulisic's able to win it. And Ochoa just came out big. Good play from A-Rob, Gio, and Pulisic. What a touch from Pulisic. What 2 touches from Pulisic there to get ahead of 2 Mexican players. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Pulisic wasted that opportunity. I don't think he wasted it. It was a very tough ball to settle. He found a way to settle it. And then once he settled it, he finished it the way he could. So I think he did what he could. By the way, everyone, if you just arrived here, make sure to smash the like button if you haven't already. Thank you very much. It's a great way to support the channel. It helps us a lot, and it gets more people here at the stream. So thank you very much, everyone that have stopped by. And here comes the United States with the ball once again. Tim Ream. Mexico's not sitting back, man. Anyone that said that maybe they would take a more defensive approach, Mexico is not sitting back. I can assure you that they're not. Definitely not sitting back here. Mexico in possession here now with Memo Ochoa all the way back. 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. Very electric game. Very electric game. They're saying, Tack, why no Balogun or Pepe? So apparently the commentators on TV said that Balogun is dealing with a knock and Ricardo Pepe is just benched. Greg Berhalter just went with the hot hand here. Haji Wright got 2 goals last match, so they're putting Haji Wright to play. Man, just so everyone knows, I bought a nice fat picanha, and even though it's gonna be like midnight here, I'm gonna make some Brazilian barbecue if we win this, the United States. Gonna make some picanha here. Got the salt, got the steak, but we gotta win the game. Otherwise, it's gonna suck. I'm gonna go on a hunger strike if we don't win this game. Gonna go on a hunger strike. And going on here, Mexico. Dest wins the header. Chris Richards clears it. Tim Ream. Mexico with the ball. Chucky Lozano. All the way back. Yeah, Mexico is definitely not bunkering. I think by now we're certain of that. Edson Alvarez. Luis Chavez. And then John Ames is saying, do you see Endrick being one of the starters for Brazil in the next World Cup? I mean, he's already making the Brazilian roster. He scored. He's the best player for Palmeiras. He's going to Real Madrid, and he's going to be 2 years older. He's going to be like 19 in the 2026 World Cup. So why not? He could be a starter. I think he'll probably be in the roster. Will he start for Brazil? Not sure. But I think he can absolutely fight for it. Okay, Serginho Dest with the throw-in for the United States. McKennie, Dest, and that'll be another throw-in for the United States in the final third right there. 9 minutes into the game. Is it Dest or McKennie that's going to take? I would probably want McKennie to just go along with it, but Serginho Dest is going to take the throw-in. Tyler Adams is very high up the field. Dest just goes along into the box trying to find Tyler Adams, shoots it, blocked. McKennie, that'll be a corner for the United States. Corner for the United States. One thing that I'm wondering is what will be Tyler Adams's minute restriction? That's what I'm wondering. How many likes do we have in the video? Have we hit 1,000 yet? Are we seriously still at not even 600? My goodness, not even 600. That is very upsetting, by the way. Very upsetting. We should be hitting 1,000. We have almost 2,000 people here in the chat today. Cross goes in, clear by Edson Alvarez from the corner kick, and the ball will be with A-Rob all the way back in the midfield. Then he goes all the way even further back to Matt Turner, and Matt Turner just chugs the ball forward, and then he just essentially gives the ball to Memo Ochoa. They're just kicking the ball to each other. That's all they're doing. It's okay. By the way, thank you everyone that joined our Patreon. I've gotten some notifications here. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone that joined the Patreon. Cleared again by Mexico. A-Rob's able to settle it. United States with the ball. 10 minutes into the game, I do like how the U.S. is playing so far. Not perfect, but we are moving the ball around better. We are a bit more fluid. I just think Gio's a bit too deep, man. Too deep in this formation. I would probably switch Tyler and McKennie to be more of like the giveaway by Richards, recovered by Tim Ream. Whoa, Chris Richards, you can't do that. Almost gave it away as the last man right there, Chris Richards. That was bad. That was bad. But Tim Ream was there. That's the one thing that we need to always remind everyone. Because people wanted to get rid of Ream. Ream can still contribute to the national team. And that's one thing that we have to keep in mind. And we should absolutely not get rid of Ream right away. I got to keep taking my notes here. Sorry, everyone. But Mexico here now with the throw-in. 11 minutes into the game, the ball goes forward to Chucky. Alvarez is battling for it. It looks like the United States might be able to recover it with Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna just blasts it forward to Haji Wright to fight for it. Oh, Haji. Ooh. Haji just threw down Johan Vasquez. As it should be. You just throw them down. Bully them. Hey, Sam. Sam Hayes. one of the moderators here at the channel. Thank you very much for being here, Sam. Always appreciate your work here moderating the chat. It's really hard to moderate the chat, watch the game, and do the live watch along together. So thank you very much. I appreciate all our moderators here. You guys do tremendous work, wonderful work. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Haji Wright already bullying the Mexican players here. Randy's saying it's early, but Reem is showing his value already. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. He can still contribute. And I think he should still be there contributing for the national team. Why is Tyler Adams the one pressing high up the field? If you look at it right now, Tyler's the one pressing high. And I know Tyler's good at pressing, but still, he shouldn't be that high up the field. Oh, he's off. Way is off. I don't like Tyler being the one high up the field. I'd rather have Gio Reyna high up the field. Reem has a lot of value, and he should be in the Copa America roster as well. You don't just kick him out of the national team. You transition out of Tim Reem, right, until you find someone that can be reliable. And then as it goes, obviously, you phase him out, get a start, but you still have him in the roster. And Brendan McPhail, thank you very much. He also moderator of the channel. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your work, Sam. Everyone that's moderating here, the chat, especially when you have someone like Jeff, you have to moderate the chat. Jeff goes a little too far sometimes, but please don't ban Jeff. He was banned once, and I had to unban Jeff. Don't ban Jeff. Great guy. Great guy. GM, Tack, could you give us a solid 10 minutes on the pitch? So listen, for the Patreon members and YouTube members, we're going to do a pickup game here in Orlando when Brazil plays the U.S. And I'll play in that game. And I'm going to bring someone to record the game, and we'll post a vlog so you guys will get to watch me playing a little bit. Hopefully my knees are healthy by then, and we'll play. Smack, we'll keep an eye on Jeff. Back to the game here. Free kick for the United States. Haji Wright was hit in the back on the back of the head by, I believe it was Cesar Montes. So Gio Reyna. Oh, they're showing the replay of the play where Pulisic almost scored. I'm watching the replay once again. It was just a brilliant save from Memo Ochoa. I don't think there was anything else Christian Pulisic could have done there. It was a great first touch, great second touch, and he finished the way he could. Just Memo Ochoa came up big time right there to save Mexico. Gio's too deep, man, in this game. He has to be higher up the field to find those passes. Haji Wright. Far too deep. And then Vasquez kicks it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the United States in the final third for the U.S. Memo used to play for the United States. No, Memo Ochoa didn't play for the United States. I don't know why you guys are saying that in the chat. I don't know why. Okay, another throw-in for the United States. McKennie will take it now, 15 minutes into the game. Okay, Haji Wright fouled him. Who did he foul? Was it Vasquez? I think he fouled Vasquez. He fouled Cesar Montes. That'll be a free kick for Mexico at their defensive side of the field, 15 minutes into the game. Still 0-0. I would say the U.S. has been slightly better. We've had more possession. We created the best goal scoring opportunity. Struggled to create a little bit, mostly just like crosses right there. I think if we want to create more, it should shift to a double pivot right there with McKennie and Tyler Adams sitting deeper, and you push Gio Reyna high up the field. That's probably how it should be if you want to create more goal-scoring opportunities. I mean, Greg should have learned that when we played Jamaica. It doesn't make sense for Gio to be so deep. Owen saying just got back from the mountain biking trip. No, you haven't missed much, but we almost scored with Christian Pulisic pressing right there, and Jorge Sanchez just kicks it out of bounds. Corner kick for the United States, 16 minutes here into the game. The U.S. had the best goal-scoring opportunity so far. Jordan Ramirez saying it's not a foul. The guy's just too small. Oh, Haji Wright? Well, Cesar Montes is not small, man. Johan Vasquez doesn't seem that big, but he might be kind of small, but Cesar Montes is not small. Looks like a big center back. Pulisic delivers. Reem. And clear by Mexico. The ball is just kind of ping-pong. Oh, what is Des doing? And Des somehow still has the ball for the U.S. Tim Ream with the ball. Tries to go for the switch. Bad pass by Tim Ream. Bad pass. Trying to fight Christian Pulisic with the long pass. Not a good ball. Not a good ball from Tim Ream. Okay. 16. We're about to hit minute 17 now. We're about to hit minute 17 here. No, yeah, it wasn't a good pass from Tim Ream. Brendan McPhail is saying, opinion on Kevin Sullivan making a move to Man City and anyone making that big move at that age. Yeah, so he's not moving to Manchester City anytime soon. They have a deal in place, but he has a European passport. And because of Brexit, I don't think he can join the Manchester City Academy until he's like 18. So that's 4 years. What they did say is that when he turns 16, he might get loaned out to one of those City Group teams. And maybe he'll be playing professionally. If he's playing professionally at age 16, whether it is in Belgium, whatever City Group team they loan him out to, and he's getting minutes and practicing with, grown adults, I think that's beneficial. Look, is it the ideal move? Only time will tell. But the fact that the kid took that challenge, it speaks a lot about his mentality. So I like it. I like it. Is it the ideal move? I'm not so sure. Time will tell, and we'll see. But again, I do like that it shows that the mentality is there. He's like, I'm not going to stay here in Philly in my comfort zone. I'm going to go to a more competitive environment and see if I can make myself a better player. So I like the mentality. But anyone saying it's a good move or a bad move, it's hard to determine, man. It's like time will tell. There's no one that can really predict if this is the right move for his development. Randy's saying, is anyone close to Ream with the ball? John Brooks. Center back? As a center back, John Brooks. John Brooks on the ball might even be a bit better than Tim Ream. Ooh, Reyna just got hit there in a tackle, but he's fine. It's a free kick for the United States. Free kick for the United States. I would say John Brooks is better than Ream on the ball. Wouldn't say he's a better player. So Gio went for a 50-50 ball. He gets to the ball first, and then Edson hit Gio. Let me see. Maybe just called as a dangerous play, I guess. Jeff said, I started my own category as Zesty Tactical Patreon. Yes, Jeff, I haven't responded to you, but I saw your Zesty Jeff messages on Patreon. And all the requests that you made there, you're probably going to get none of them. Okay, all respect. And Pulisic takes the free kick, cleared again by Mexico, cleared again. And Chucky Lozano will try to start the counterattack, but Tim Ream recovers. And Serginho Dest delivers the cross in. No one was there. Christian Pulisic gets it down the left flank. Back to Gio Reyna. One's free. Cuts inside. Oh, what a ball from Gio. Oh, too strong. Good vision. He was able to find Dest all the way down the right, but it was too strong, the ball from Gio Reyna. Good look, but the pass wasn't that good. You guys want feet pictures? There's literally a picture of me with Adam, USMNT Stan on Twitter, where I'm just wearing sandals. So you can see my feet right there. And you guys can see how tall Adam is or how short I am. You guys will never know. Actually, Adam is like 6'4". The dude is huge. Adam, that's been here at the channel multiple times. V2 is saying the rumor is that Germany are ending their kit deal with the German giant apparel Adidas. And should the United States soccer end their Nike deal? If so, who would you like? Well, maybe we should do that. Germany gets Nike and we get Adidas. We can do that. I'll be fine with that. Pete, what's up?
Very direct game, huh? It feels like every time we get the ball, we're not trying to keep it at all. We're looking for Haji Wright to play as a target man, for sure.
Gio's too deep. That's
way too deep. Way too deep. He's going all the way back to get the ball off the center backs because we know Adams can't, not that he can't get it, it just doesn't have the same range of passing as Gio. And then McKennie is further up the field. I just don't know if that's the best utilization of Gio.
Well, we're clearly playing a 4-3-3 where McKennie seems to be the attacking
the more advanced 8 than Gio.
What I would like to see is like you switch to a double pivot and put McKennie and Tyler, because McKennie has a better passing range than Tyler.
Yes.
You put those two to find Gio, so Gio can find the guys making those runs.
Need Gio between the defensive line and the midfield line. That's his best place.
Yeah, but Greg won't really abandon the 4-3-3. That's the problem.
Yeah.
if
It
you
has
don't
to play
abandon.
4-3-3, but at least in the 4-3-3, have Gio as the more advanced midfielder.
Mm-hmm. And anyone in the chat asking where can you watch the game for free, I did put on in the description of this video a FuboTV link that if you click, you get a 7-day free trial. So just use that, I guess, and remember to cancel, and you can watch it for free, legally for free. Oh, Turner! Ooh, good save, good save. Okay, nothing brilliant, but good save.
I mean, that's steady
Yeah.
save, I'd say. It's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Dude, and Pulisic almost scoring there in the beginning. I honestly, the more I saw the replay, I don't think there was much more Pulisic could have done. I think Memo
No,
just came
no.
out well.
No, it was a very good save by Ochoa. Great little header by Gio. Good combination from them. But they need to get Gio higher up the field right now. Like right now, what he's doing right now. This is where he needs to be receiving the ball. More of this. And then he finds Pulisic. Pulisic. Oh, what was that, Pulisic?
Yeah, you're a bit behind me for sure.
Yeah.
Are you watching on Fubo?
No, I'm watching on Paramount.
Weird. Me too.
Yeah, it's always been like this. I'm at 22:25.
I'm at 22:45, so 20 seconds.
Oh, come on, Weston. Weston has not been great so far, huh?
No, not really. Wasn't too good in the first game, even though it was a little bit out of position, but not good today so far as well. But the team, A-Rob, the team is playing better than the first game so far.
Yeah, definitely sharper, more intensity. I just don't want us to be too direct. It kind of ruins the point of having Gio on the field if you play too direct.
It looks like Weston's playing as the 10. I don't get it.
Gio's literally dropping into the final third to get the ball off the center backs. I don't know. Even Adams is ahead of Gio right now. Like,
yeah, and also Weston is also a better defender than Gio.
Yeah, it's a misuse of personnel, but that's classic Berhalter, no?
Yeah, there's always a head scratcher with Greg. Hopefully he adjusts
make any
that.
Sense.
I don't know, man. Stanley saying Mexico seems to play Berhalter ball. I don't think they're really playing Berhalter ball. Have they even gotten any crosses in?
No, not really.
Thiago Martinez also saying, how's the stadium? Do we have 10% seats or not? No, the stadium is sold out. It's completely sold out, the stadium. The stadium is 100% sold out.
I think he means the U.S. As the U.S., how many American fans versus Mexico fans?
Oh, that I can't really tell. Berhalter just did his second bounce pass. It's back.
My God, it's back, huh?
Uh-huh. Dude, Chris Richards had a bad giveaway early in the game.
Yeah. He had
and
a really bad one.
Ream had to recover for him. I don't know what's happening with him, man.
Yeah, it's weird because he's been playing really well for Crystal Palace. Same with McKennie for Juve.
S27 is saying, thoughts on Tyler so far? I think Tyler's playing how Tyler plays.
Yeah, classic Adams performance. Yeah. All action, running, pressing, defending.
Simple passes.
Simple passes, nothing too, dynamic. And that's why Gio is there. This is the thing is if you have like a Johnny on the field, then Gio doesn't have to drop this deep.
I'd say Tyler has been reliable as he pretty much always is for the most part.
If you can look at, him as a defensive force, then he's been good. Oh, come on, Des. Come on, Gio, pick it up.
Tim Ream with the ball. Richards. Tyler now.
Gio's doing a lot of defending too.
Yeah, it's weird also because Gio right now, the way I'm looking, Gio's deep, and then Pulisic is like a 10 tucking in, and then the width comes from A-Rob, which again, it's like Berhalter.
It's classic Berhalter.
Overworking his fullbacks.
Overworking the fullbacks and get your creative players in the defensive third.
Tyler just made a bad mistake there in the middle. Just let Henry Martin poke the ball from behind, and here comes Mexico. And let's see how this ends. Cross goes in, and Turner's able to get it. Did you see the play?
Oh, come on, Tyler.
Yeah, but overall, just the take on Tyler, he hasn't really looked rusty. He looks more or less like himself.
Like normal Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, Haji.
Okay, here we go.
A-Rob.
All right, I'll see you guys at halftime.
See you soon, Pete. See you soon. Weston McKennie just blasts the ball up. Dest goes through. Nope. Johan Vasquez is able to clear it. And then Mexico try to hit the United States in transition with Chucky Lozano down the left. Lozano blows by McKennie, and McKennie pulls him. He's going to get a card. McKennie's going to get a card. Tactical foul there from Weston McKennie. Chucky kind of blew by McKennie with way too much ease right there. I guess it's a smart foul from McKennie. You have to stop those. There's no other way to put it. But McKennie now gets a yellow card kind of early in the game, right? We're not even 30 minutes in. McKennie gets a yellow already. By the way, how many likes do we have in the stream already? Have we hit 1,000? Let me see. Let me see if we hit 1,000. Free kick here for Mexico. 2,000 people in the stream. Holy crap. This is probably more than a lot of TV shows commentary, which is kind of nuts. And I haven't made any sex joke today. I am very well behaved today. No sex jokes. And I haven't done any Portuguese commentary either. And I also barely cursed. Can you guys see that? How I'm literally on my best behavior today. I'm on great behavior today. Really good behavior. Mexico tries to go long, cleared by Chris Richards, and Mexico have possession down the midfield here, out wide, and they fuck it up. Sorry, I just cursed now. And it's a throw-in for the United States. Throw-in for the United States. Yeah, we haven't hit minute 69 yet. Once we get minute 69, the sex jokes are coming back, boy. I'm not letting it slide like that. It's not going to be easy. The longest I can hold the sex jokes is until minute 69. After that, it's over. Free kick here for the United States. And some of the chat saying Tyler has been bad. I don't think he's been bad. It's just that Tyler Adams doesn't provide much on the ball. He's been okay. He had one moment right there that Henry Martin was able to pick the ball from Tyler from behind, but he's been just like, It's like, Can't really say he's been bad. My main issue with this is Gio. It's almost like Tyler and Gio are playing a double pivot, and then McKennie is high up the field. I'm okay with McKennie high up the field, but here's the thing: what you should do if you want to score a goal, maybe you have McKennie and Gio high up the field. You put Johnny that can pick a pass better than Tyler Adams, and there you go for it. But if you want to be more defensively solid, you push Gio Reyna high up the field, and then you have Tyler Adams be the only one that stays back, I guess, with McKennie in the double pivot. I guess you do that. I don't understand why Gio's so deep. Tim Ream tries to go long, and he finds A-Rob. Good ball from Tim Ream. A-Rob tries to blow by. Oh, boy. So Jorge Sanchez hit the ball, and it deflected off A-Rob. That's going to be a throw-in for Mexico 30 minutes into the game. Saying, is Haji hurt? No. Haji Wright's on the field. Doesn't look hurt to me. Thiago Martinez saying, how much did the ticket for the match cost? I don't know. Does anyone in the chat know the ticket prices? I didn't check. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. Here comes Mexico down the left with Jesus Gallardo. Cross goes in, and A-Rob's able to clear it. I don't know what everyone's take is on this so far in the game. I think it has been fairly balanced with a slight advantage for the United States. But just when you see both teams play, I think there's a clear advantage for the United States. I think it's quite clear that the United States is the better team, at least like in terms of like talent and quality. Do you all agree with that so far? That I think it's been quite noticeable so far. Ignore tactics, ignore position, everything. Just individual quality. It's quite evident that the United States has more, in my opinion. And Haji Wright was taken down by Cesar Montes. It's like the second or third time he does that. Maybe it's time to give Cesar Montes a yellow card. Maybe. Tim Ream, Chris Richards. Opens to Weah. Chris Richards tries to just go long by switching it to A-Rob. Too strong. We are struggling a little bit with our center backs playing today. Even Tim Ream, that's normally good on the ball, hasn't been great today on it. Been okay. Which I guess it's not that bad, right? But Richards has not been good on the ball, which is a bit of a shocker to me. Ream heads it back. Matt Turner will hold it. United States again with the ball. Just so you all know, in terms of stats for the game, the United States. Oh, Edson Alvarez is injured. Maybe United States has 58% ball possession, 2 shots, 1 shot on target. The Mexico has 42% ball possession, 1 shot and 1 shot on target. So as I said, the game has been fairly balanced. The United States has one big chance missed, which was Christian Pulisic. I don't think it's really a miss. It was like a good save from Memo Ochoa. Oh yeah, Gio really hit there, Edson Alvarez. What Gio did there, it could be a yellow card. It's a bit of a like he did put like studs up on Edson Alvarez like ankle. It could be a yellow card. I mean, Edson Alvarez is trying to oversell it a little bit, but you could get a yellow card just because it's considered a dangerous play. But Edson Alvarez is definitely trying to oversell it, and he's not doing that great of a job. And Gio goes there and apologizes to him, gives him a little huggy hug, touches him in the abdomen, and tries to say sorry, but Edson Alvarez just kind of didn't really care. Didn't really care. Just got a verbal warning. Oh, look, Edson Alvarez is okay. It's a miracle. He was like dying on the floor 30 seconds ago, but now he's ready to play. He's doing good. Lobsman Jr. said he's okay, Lobsman Jr. Hopefully you're chilling there, doing good. So Edson Alvarez is out of the field, but he'll come back. Tyler Adams with the ball. Opens up to Serginho Dest. Back to Tyler Adams. Sorry, not Tyler Adams. That's McKennie. Adams is number 4. I'm watching this on my iPad, and the players are so tiny. I should probably put this on the TV. Tim Ream. Back to Chris Richards. And Gio Reyna, again, super deep. Berhalter has to adjust that. If Greg Berhalter wants to win this game, he'll switch Gio with Weston McKennie. Because, again, this is not... Oh, bad pass right there, and Gio can't settle it. That's why we're not creating enough. One second, everyone. Yeah, the main thing with Berhalter is I don't understand why he takes so long to adjust. Like you can clearly try it. Putting Gio Reyna high up the field and dropping McKennie back, if anything, it will even protect the back line even more. I firmly believe that McKennie's a better defender than Gio Reyna. Look how Gio Reyna is freaking deeper than Tyler Adams right now. What the heck is this nonsense? Gio finds Haji. Good first touch from Haji. Wait, what? Oh, he was off? He was offsides. Gio Reyna just kind of had to get rid of the ball. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. I just don't understand how your best playmaker is sitting deeper than your destroyer. I don't understand what Berhalter's trying to do here. Gio's your 10, your best playmaker, and then Greg Berhalter is putting him behind Tyler Adams, that is the destroyer. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Okay, Gio Reyna now with the ball, no options, tries to spin, has to go back to Chris Richards. By the way, everyone, if you just tuned in, thank you very much. We're close to hitting 1,000 likes. Usually when we hit 1,000 likes, the U.S. scores. For some reason, that happens. I'm not superstitious, but it usually happens. And Serginho Dest to Weah through. Oh, he was dispossessed in the box. That was really close from Tim Weah down the right flank. Good ball from Serginho Dest. Tim Ream quickly finds Christian Pulisic down the middle. Bad touch, but Pulisic still able to settle it. Finds Gio Reyna and has to restart the play with Chris Richards all the way back. And Tim Ream still has it. Chris Richards. We're at 993, so we're about to hit 1,000 likes. And then if the United States doesn't score after we hit 1,000 likes, I'm going to get canceled for misinformation and for lying. because I said we would score after we got it, after we get 1,000 likes. And I mean, I don't really control that. I just got to hope it happens. 36 minutes and 30 seconds, still 0-0. I'd say the U.S. has been better so far. Tim Ream and bad switch. Again, Tim Ream and Richards have not been good on the ball. They have not been good on the ball. Okay, and Holy Cow 325 saying Greg is a defensive mind. That's why he's conservative, and we need more German offensive mind. But look, listen, even if you believe he's being too conservative, don't you think having McKennie deeper from a defensive standpoint would be smarter? Because again, I firmly believe McKennie's a better defender than Gio Reyna. So why are you having Gio Reyna sit so deep? He's putting Gio as like a deep lying playmaker, but it's really hard for him to play make when he's that deep. He's just trying to distribute the ball, and it's just not working. So now on the defensive shape, McKennie and Adams are deeper, and then Gio's higher up the field. So let's see if Berhalter made that adjustment. Let's see if he makes that adjustment. Okay, the U.S. recovers the ball. McKennie, Serginho Dest. Dest dribbles through one. Dribbles through. Ooh, Dest, don't do that to him. That's someone's son. And the shot. Ooh. Serginho Dest with a left-footed shot. Beautiful play from Dest. He just dropped. Who did he drop right there? Was it Chavez? Oh, Dest. That's someone's son, man. Don't do him like that. How do you think his mom is doing right now? Ooh, and good shot, good shot. Over the crossbar, but not a bad shot. Oh, Destino. Destino right there, showing us some sauce right there. But the United States recovers the ball. We need to get a goal. We need to get a goal. But we are playing better than Mexico. No, man. Now look, Gio's still deep, and McKennie's high up the field. Berhalter did not adjust. Dest trying to protect the ball down the right. And oh boy. Your game is behind. I'm at 39.3, 39.04, 39.05, 39.06, 39.07. I'm not that behind. If you look on screen, it's like 39.20. I don't think I'm that behind. I mean, people saying that Scally could never do what Des did. I kind of said that in the 7 Things We Learned video. I think Scally's a very reliable fullback. I think he's a good fullback, a very good fullback. But it's quite clear to me how much better Serginho Dest is, especially on the ball. Defensively, I don't think the gap is that big. I think Scally's a bit better than Dest defensively, but on the ball, the gap is quite big. Serginho Dest is way better than Scally on the ball. It's not close. Need to change to a 4-2-3-1. So I think we kind of are playing a 4-2-3-1 in possession because McKennie is very high up the field, almost like a 10. The problem is who is playing the 10. It should be Gio Reyna higher up the field. Oh, we hit 1,000 likes, so I guess we got to get a goal soon. We'll hit 1,000 likes. Dude, it's starting to give me anxiety, this whole thing of like Gio Reyna just sitting super deep and not being able to do anything with the ball. Berhalter has to adjust that at halftime. He cannot be that stupid. He can be that stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah, he can. He actually can. It's about the reading of the game, the feel for the game. You know McKennie can actually pick a pass deeper into the field, right? We've seen him play a bit deeper and do just fine. You put McKennie deeper, look, like Gio Reyna is literally next to Tim Ream. Reyna takes a bad touch, still wins the 50-50, fights for it. That's not a foul. That's not a foul, ref. Such a soft call. Like Edson Alvarez just keeps flopping around. Edson Alvarez is okay. I'm gonna hold my words here. I was gonna say something and get in trouble. I'm going to hold my words back. Gonna be nice here. Edson Alvarez. And Holy Cow 325 saying he sees Weston as an offensive player. That's why I'm guessing. Weston scored before. I don't know why it's like great. Well, I think Weston offers a lot going forward. If that's what Berhalter's thinking, I agree with him. But my overall point is if you want a guy to play make, to create, you need Gio Reyna to be high up the field. and he'll find a pass to Haji Wright. He'll find a pass to Christian Pulisic. And McKennie is good enough on the ball to play deeper and find Gio down the middle, find Pulisic out wide. I just don't think Tyler Adams has the quality on the ball to do so. Greg Berhalter setting up Gio to be less important. Yeah, who knows with Greg, man. I just want us to win because I want to cook that picanha after the game. I need to cook that picanha. I have it here. I have like about a fat ass picanha here, and it's ready to get cooked after the game. As long as we win. Oh, cross goes in, and that'll be another corner kick for the U.S. Edson Alvarez hit the ball, but did it hit someone? Edson Alvarez is such a big baby, man. Yeah, I don't know exactly why Edson Alvarez is getting bullied by Gio. Okay, Jorge Sanchez delivers it into the box, and that'll be cleared from the United States, and that's a free kick. Edson Alvarez hit. Who did he hit? He hit Tyler Adams, but Tyler's good. Tyler's fine. He just kind of jumped on Tyler. I'm not gonna call him Edson Alvarez anymore. I'm just gonna call him Big Baby. Okay, so um, you guys. Oh, what's a picanha? It's a cut. It's a cut of a meat or of a beef. It's very popular in Brazil. Brazilian barbecue usually has a lot of picanha. It's just a cut. I'm just gonna stop calling Edson Alvarez Edson Alvarez. I'm just gonna call him Big Baby at this point. Just gonna call him Big Baby. It's really annoying so far in the game. The dude just whines. Great player, but holy crap, dude! Eventually, you have to stop whining. Weston McKennie with the ball, with Edson. Oh, sorry, not Edson. Big Baby out on him. Big Baby trying. Oh, Big Baby just cleared the ball from Serginho Dest. Serginho Dest almost put Big Baby on skates, but Big Baby was able to clear it, and it's a corner kick for the United States. Corner kick for the United States. Serginho Dest, man, so much technical ability. Thing is, Big Baby's really good defensively. He almost was able to beat him. Almost. Corner kick for the U.S. Let's see if we can score here on set pieces. Pulisic. Ball goes in, and it just really went by everyone. We really need to improve these set pieces, don't we? We really need to improve these set pieces. Ooh, he scored! Go, go, Tyler Adams! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit, Tyler Adams! What was that? Holy shit. I need to see the replay. I need to see the replay. Oh my God. I need to see let me see this again. Tim Ream, he found Weah. McKennie. Tyler Adams shot from where the heck was that from? Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just, after that, just at this point, just let Tyler play whatever amount of minutes he wants. Fuck it. I was wrong. Just let him play. Just let him play. And we're going to get Pete here. The first half has ended. United States won. A freaking brilliant goal from Tyler Adams. Well, I'm trying to like get through that, like realize that Tyler Adams just scored that freaking banger on Mexico in the last minute of the first half to give the United States the lead. Simply incredible. And then Jordan Ramirez saying he is him, and Anthony's saying that was a golazo and a half. I'll say this. I think the United States did deserve the 1-0 lead at halftime. I think we've been slightly better than Mexico, created better goal scoring opportunities, but still, that was one wonder goal.
Holy golazo, Tyler Adams. Has he ever scored a goal like that in his career? No, he's never scored a goal like that. That's the first time I've even really seen him attempt that. He had the goal for Leipzig in the Champions League 4 years ago, but that was different. That was a deflected goal. This was completely out of the blue from Tyler Adams. And thank God, because we looked like shit in that first half. Like shit. I don't know what's wrong with our structure building out of the back, but Gio's playing like a 6/left back so we can push Anthony Robinson up the field. I don't understand what's going on. McKennie is occupying the spaces that Gio should be occupying right now, and we're struggling to create meaningful chances. Thank God for that golazo. Greg really getting bailed out by his boys here.
So I don't think – so here's my take on the first half. Let me get this off here. I don't think we necessarily looked – so I thought we looked better than Mexico, which, again, there's like super shit and shit. I think the main issue with us was we probably would have looked better if you simply switched McKennie with Gio. So McKennie can find Gio. He is good enough to find that, and Gio can probably create. Outside of that, we struggled to create anything, and Mexico struggled even more.
Yeah, we created one real chance in that half, and that was the Pulisic chance from Gio. So, guys, I'm holding us to the same standard of Mexico last year. Remember when we didn't dominate Mexico so far today. That's a great goal. But that goal is papering over a lot of cracks, and we need to make that switch in the second half. Because right now, we're very ponderous building out of the back, and we're getting in each other's way. Gio's getting in Ream's way. A-Rob is up the field doing almost nothing. He needs to drop back, like you said, switch Gio and McKennie so that we get Gio in more dangerous positions. Now, here's the question, though. Tyler Adams definitely can't go more than 15 more minutes, right? 60's got to be his upper limit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who comes on? Has to be Johnny at this point, right?
I would assume so. It probably a better option. It's better than the Musa because if you want a guy that will be more defensively solid, it'll probably be Johnny. And you put Johnny. Yeah. Also, Edson Alvarez has been winning some challenges in the air there that were a bit scary, even one against Tyler. So you put Johnny, he's better in the air in that sense. So ideally, it would be Johnny, especially with the lead. Hugo Lopez is saying, man hasn't played for a year and did more than Edson. Edson hasn't played bad, even though he's a big baby whining about everything.
Yeah, Gio's got him.
Frank Kessler saying 1,000 likes in the USMNT score. You know what's funny, Pete? That actually happened. I was like saying, if we get 1,000 likes, the US will score, and it literally happened like a minute or two after that. Rangav is saying last time Adams did that, he sent Leipzig to the UCL semi. Well, when he did that for Leipzig, it wasn't like this. No. This was a legit banger. That one was a deflection, and it was also closer. This was far. This was deep.
Yeah, this was deep. It wasn't deflected. I think Ochoa could maybe have done a little better, to be honest, on that one. But make no mistake, nobody knew Tyler Adams had that in his locker. He's never done that ever.
No, ever. Mexico let him have it. They let him have it.
Yeah, they let him have the ball because they didn't expect him to shoot from there.
Cubo Maker saying, I apologize for saying Tyler should come off. Well, it depends on why you said he should come off. The thing is like injury prevention, right? What we don't want to see is Tyler Adams re-aggravating his injury. That's the main concern with all of that right now.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to come off. The guy hasn't played. At some point.
It's a matter of when.
Tom is saying, take a bow, son. I mean, take a bow. You're talking about Tyler Adams. Andy Gray. Who's Andy Gray?
He's a British football pundit from like 10 years ago.
And then Joseph S. saying, thanks, Tyler, but let's see Johnny Gio combo. Yeah, the thing is, we can see the Johnny Gio combo, but we still need Gio to be higher up the field. Yeah, there were times where Gio was like, he was next to Ream.
Yeah, sometimes deeper than Ream. is absurd. Why? So we can have Anthony Robinson as high up the field as possible? Like, we need to get the ball to Pulisic more for sure. And I think a lot of that is build out issues. We need to get that ball to Pulisic more. We need to find Gio between the back line and the midfield. Those are the pockets that we need to be finding them in. And I think that's what we have to sort out with the build out. Also, these guys have to stop being offside. You know how many offsides we've had in this first half? Like 6, but especially Weah and Wright.
Yeah, lots of offsides. One issue that we still have, and it's obviously not going to be adjusted at halftime, is our set pieces continue to suck. They're just not good.
Yeah. Well, why is Gio not taking them? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just not working. Tyler shot that from San Antonio. What is that, like 4 hours away from Dallas?
Yeah.
It's like 4 hours driving. Cubo Maker saying, I thought he looked rusty defensively is why. I didn't think Tyler looked rusty at any moment. There was just one moment where he kind of fell asleep, and then Henry Martinez
had one giveaway. Richards looks rusty, which is weird because he's playing week in and week out.
Yeah, Tyler looked pretty normal like Tyler. His performance was like, okay, remove the banger aside, it was just a normal Tyler Adams-like performance. It's just that he added that extra to the game, which was tremendous.
Yeah. What a hit.
Yeah, the thing is, Ochoa maybe could have done better, but it was just too strong of a shot.
Yeah. Dest is cooking up some sauce, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Dest is just trying to get his highlight reel. He doesn't even care about the result of the game. He's like, I just need enough material for a highlight reel tomorrow, whoever wins. Bro, what a hit. What a hit.
What's his name? Des doesn't care about the scoreboard, man.
Does not.
Doesn't care. Des is just worried about so also the thing with Memo Ochoa is there were players in front of him. If there wasn't, he might have been able, but it just went through. But what's his name? Des just like he's talking right now at halftime to his editor, just like, hey,
yeah,
did you catch that?
Did you catch that one that I shot? It was only like little bit over the bar. I think it's a good one to start with. You do also in slow motion, and then I will do a dance after that one.
And don't put Tyler Adams as one there.
No.
He's like, don't put it there. Nicholas is saying Reina playing deep and we're playing wide on a small surface, no creativity. We're lucky to be winning. Yeah, I mean, you could say we're lucky to be winning because I don't think Tyler Adams hits those at a consistent basis, and that's how we got our goal. We're not creating enough. We honestly created one chance. It was the Pulisic one with like A-Rob, Gio, and Pulisic. That's it. We didn't create anything else.
No, we didn't, and that was a great hit. But anything can happen. We just have to switch that build out situation up, and honestly, it would help if Johnny comes on.
Jeff is saying put Gio as the goal. Watch Berhalter's like Gio has to stay deeper than Matt Turner.
Deeper than Matt Turner, so he's behind the goal most of the time in the build-up.
Berhalter's putting Gio as far away as possible from the goal, so he doesn't get any goal contributions. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Barney's saying if Des could defend, he would be the best right back in the world. Probably not that far, but if he could defend, he'd probably be playing for Barcelona.
Yeah.
If he could defend, he would definitely be up there. So at halftime, do you make any changes?
It depends what Tyler's minutes restriction is. If Tyler's minutes restriction is 45, then I don't make any personnel changes, but I do switch. Well, it depends with Balogun also, how much of a knock. I would leave Haji on for another 15, but none of that really matters if we're not getting them service. Like, it's been tough to rate. Haji's been offside a lot, which I don't like, but it's been tough to rate the performance of the front three. Even Pulisic. Pulisic's been quiet, but it's not his fault. We're not getting service into them because Gio's so deep. So it's a misuse of roles, you know. I would switch that out, and then in 60th minute, maybe bring on Johnny for Tyler, and then probably Balogun for Haji.
Mm-hmm. So pretty much at halftime, just switch positioning of Gio and West.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really change much of anything else. We also want to see how Mexico will behave early in the second half. Now that they're down, these guys gotta be tired of losing to us.
Oh my God, right, dude? This would be the 7th game in a row that they can't win.
Yeah, that'll be number 7. And
Yeah,
again, every single time in a knockout round, they lose every time.
every time, every time, and we're gonna three-peat if this result holds.
And Jeff is saying, "I'm telling sex jokes in the second half." Jeff, don't worry about the sex jokes. Actually, Pete would love to hear your sex
No,
jokes in the
I'm
post.
good. Zach misses them.
No, I don't. Keep them. Hold all the sex jokes to the post game, Jeff. All of them. Every single one of them. Stanley's saying, if Greg doesn't push Gio up, I'm giving Danielle Reina a call. Yeah, I think those are. I'm done with those jokes by now with the Claudio and Daniel. I think they've been quiet for long enough that we can just ignore that. Dest, Adam is saying Dest has a new manager to show off at Barcelona. Who's going to be the new coach at Barcelona with Xavi gone? Have they announced anything or no? Is it
Not
going to
that I
be
know
Xabi
of.
Alonso? Did they say anything?
I have no idea. Xavi said no a while back, a few weeks ago. He said he had no plans to leave, but that doesn't mean shit.
Matthew Dominguez is saying, I love that Dest doesn't give a F. Want to see Gio ignore his role he's been given that last half. Plus, CBS cameraman keeps missing the action. The cameraman, I thought it has been fine. I didn't notice anything from the cameraman. Yeah, the thing is, they're showing Gio Reyna's heat map and where he's getting his touches, and it's super
Yeah, it's
deep.
absurd.
Yeah, I don't.
It's all in his own hat. It's
Do we need a heat map? I mean, we've seen it. We don't
no,
need
but
the
for the
heat map.
tactics nerds, you know,
Oh,
the
for
XG
Greg Velasquez, he needs to see it. Yeah,
yeah, they need to see heat maps in order to understand the game.
yeah. He's like literally watching the game, and he's like, "Guys, I think
I
Gio
can't
will
tell
be-"
where Gio is. I have to look at the heat map.
He's one of those guys like I can, I can only admit that he was deep until you show me the heat maps. Like, but you just saw the games. Like, no. Until I
Yeah.
see the heat map, I don't believe it.
And then he'll find some absurd stat, some like really like elusive stat that's somehow claiming that Gio spent most of his time in the goal. Or he'll make up a new stat.
Gio's playing as a second goalkeeper. False goalkeeper. That's what he's playing. False goalkeeper today. And Matt Poliquin is saying, let Des cook. Albert is also saying, I need one of y'all to go tell Max Brettles how dumb he is for
What tweet
Gio's.
is this? I gotta see this.
I am not going to tell that to Max. He's such a kind guy. But yes, when it comes to his soccer takes, he goes completely off the rails. And I disagree with almost everything Max says.
Almost everything. Let's see what he
But
says.
I'm not going to call Max dumb. I'm not going to do to that. We met him in person. He's too kind. Like if you meet Max in person, you're not going to be capable of saying something offensive to him.
Oh, he says big difference for Gio playing Mexico from the jump and playing a tired Jamaica in extra time.
Oh my God, Max!
He's
Why?
saying he's been a liability. Oh my God,
Okay, Max, that was dumb.
that was dumb. Max has a Gio agenda. We know this. Okay, Max also works for MLS LLC, guys. So everything he says needs to be taken with a grain of salt. As nice as he is as a person, we all know who his employer is, and he definitely doesn't like Gio. Like if you can't tell that Gio Reyna's positioning doesn't suit him at all, and you're just like, he's a liability.
Yeah. Also, how is he a liability? Like,
Yeah, well, he's not a liability at all. But you're also like the commentator for LAFC, and you can't tell something that basic. Come on.
and let me see if I didn't miss anyone here. But again, 1-0 here for the United States, and Mexico's in big trouble. I don't think we've been as dominant as last year, for sure. We haven't been as dominant. But we're getting the win so far. Mexico fans are demanding a red card for Reina for hitting Alvarez. No, I'm sorry, no. Like the Reina, the studs up one, it's usually a verbal warning, or at worst, you can give him a yellow card claiming it was a dangerous play. Red card, it's not even debatable. No. RavGav248 saying, what are the chances that Mexico reverts back to trying to play their old style out of panic? What do you mean their old style? I thought they were playing kind of like how Mexico plays.
Well, they're doing long throw-ins, which is interesting. They're definitely being a little more direct, for sure. It's not as possession-oriented, but I wouldn't say they're sitting back by any means. They're pressing us high on the ball. They're coming after us.
And then going back here, Pete, can we get Jurgen? No. Why don't you do Jurgen on the post game?
Yeah, we'll save Jurgen for the post game.
Yeah, we'll do Jurgen in the post game too. Let's not mess around too much. Second half just start. Let's not mess around because we still haven't won the game. Well, second half's about to start.
Yeah,
we haven't won the game yet, so let's
so
not get
is
arrogant.
Adams off
already.
Well, in the huddle, Adams is not there.
So his minute restriction was 45.
I think Johnny's on. Yeah. So hopefully Johnny coming on will mean that we can push Gio higher up the field because Johnny can do the build out.
It's also Johnny's big opportunity to show he can contribute to the national team.
Yeah. Watch Johnny hits a banger too.
Yeah, it's like Tyler and Johnny.
Didn't he just have a banger for Betis like a month ago?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Just almost not quite as far out, but a very nice goal too.
Okay, and the second half just started. Saying shout out to Greg. Is cooked to need new manager. Why is Gio a 6? He's not a 6, but yeah, I guess you could put him. He's playing like a deep lying playmaker in a very deep one. Put deep on that. Chucky Lozano with the ball down the left. Did it start for you, Pete?
Yeah, just starting now. All right, I'll be in and out.
See you soon, Pete. And then Jesse Marsh saying some good stuff now. Gio being a center back. Yeah, it looked like Gio was playing as the third center back in the first half. We'll see how it looks in the second half. So the only sub is Tyler Adams is off. Johnny Cardoso is in because Tyler is on a minute restriction. And Logan Leroy is saying, I suspect the reason that Tyler shot from that deep is he knew he was coming off. Maybe, but I mean, Tyler saw that it was open and he just took the shot. And props to him because that's not it's not something we've seen him do that often. Just took the shot and it was a fucking banger. Juan Alvarez saying Craig Berhalter thinks Reyna's a false one, so false goalkeeper. Yeah, that might be what Greg thinks. The same way Greg's a false coach. And Ghost Card 21 is saying, let's go USA. Common repeat. 3-0 again. Go USA. Hopefully. Pulisic tries to win it. It still looks like McKennie's the one playing deep. Weah with the ball. And Barney 7181, got to give Jesse credit here. He calls Greg Berhalter shit tactics. Weah with the cross, too strong from Weah. He calls out Greg Berhalter shit tactics correctly on TV, talking about Gio. If only he listened to himself when he coached Leipzig and Leeds. Possibly. We've seen also Jesse say some really stupid shit. But I didn't see what Jesse said, but all of you are saying that he said some good stuff at halftime. McKennie with the ball. Finds Weah with the cross. No one is there, and Mexico's able to clear it. They're able to clear it. That's going to be a corner for the United States. Okay. Corner kick for the United States. Goes short. Pulisic. What was that? Another corner for the U.S. Weah goes short. Christian Pulisic down the right flank. He's going to go on a 1v1. Finds Serginho Dest. Dest goes all the way back to A-Rob. A-Rob switches it to Weah. Give it to Dest. Human highlight reel. Dest, Serginho, what are you doing, man? Why is Dest is just always looking for that highlight reel? That's what Dest is focused on. That's what he's focused. What time am I on? I'm at 48:20, 48:21, 48:22, 48:23, 48:24, 48:25. Johnny with the ball. Johnny goes back all the way to Tim Ream. Tim Ream just putting, was that Chucky or was that Henry Martin? I think it was Henry Martin. Ball goes forward. Christian Pulisic. Oh, Pulisic almost found Haji. Haji still has the ball down the left. Haji right versus Cesar Montes. And right just dribbles right into Cesar Montes and loses the ball. Tries to go long. Matt Turner, what are you doing? He got the ball. Turner got the ball. Weston McKennie. McKenny with the ball, tries to find his options, goes all the way back to Tim Ream, which he's going to get pressed by Uriel Antuna. Chris Richards switches it all the way to Brendan McPhail is saying it's actually crazy how much confidence can do for a player. I don't think I've ever seen Dest look this good at the USMNT kit. I've seen him look good, but yes, he does look confident. He's trying to take on defenders, and we know how technical Serginho Dest is. In terms of dribbling ability, he's up there with our best players like Christian Pulisic, for example. Johnny Cardoso finds Weston McKennie. Weah. Ooh, Weah shoots it and Memo Ochoa saves it. Is it me or we're looking a bit better in the second half? We're looking a bit better here in the second half. It's just 4 minutes, but we're moving the ball a lot better. Anyone else poor quality from Paramount Plus? Yeah, I mean, look, out of the networks that cover U.S. soccer, I would say CBS has tried the hardest to do it the best job, but they're not perfect. But I wouldn't say it's terrible. Just not the greatest. Yes, but good shot there from Tim Weah. Memo Cho with the save. Pulisic delivers, cleared again from Mexico, and Gio Reyna will get the rebound here. Bad pass from Gio, and Pulisic can't get it. Okay, Mexico now with the ball. And everyone that's in the chat right now, if you could kindly hit the like button, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, if you don't follow us on Instagram, go follow us there. It's just Tactical Manager TV. I forgot to say that. We're trying to hit like 20,000 followers there. I don't know why. Instagram is so hard to grow. It sucks. I don't like Instagram, honestly, but kind of have to grow it anyway, right? For whatever reason. Roy, okay. Switch here, cleared by Mexico. And Dest with the ball. Serginho Dest finds Tim Weah. Tim Weah to McKennie. We look far more dynamic here in the second half. I think the confidence and Dest with the ball, he got pushed. No penalty there. Saying, why does Adams have his minutes restricted? Oh, because Tyler is coming back from injury. He had a very severe muscle and tendon injury, so he's literally just coming back for his club. So he's on a minute restriction. He can't play the full 90 minutes. Otherwise, he probably would have still been on the field. Chucky Lozano with the ball. Lozano, Johnny blocks it, and then McKennie will get it. Oh, boy. Gallardo blocked by Chris Richards. They're saying penalty on Dest? No. I need to see the replay. I need to see if he was pushed. Let me see the replay here. So McKennie passed it to Dest. Dest got the ball. Guys, that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. There's contact for sure, but I don't think any ref would call that a penalty. Holy cow, 325, still using Gio as a double pivot. What the F are you doing? Yeah, I mean, it's Berhalter. We do look more dynamic, but yes. Gallardo just blasts it up. And that'll go out of bounds, and that's a throw-in for the United States. And they just go long to Christian Pulisic. Pulisic settles it. Oh, go through. Go Pulisic. Oh, he just went by 3 players. Christian Pulisic drives inside. Opens to Tim Weah. Get a shot, Weah. It took too long. Pulisic's offsides. Tim Weah. Pulisic just blew by 3 defenders right there. Back to McKennie. Oh, good intention there. Almost found Gio Reyna. Gio Reyna now is a bit higher up the field. Right now. Ball goes long, and Rahaji can get it. And V2 is saying playing Gio deep makes sense in some ways because with him, you have someone that can actually progress the ball with technique from deep, especially with no Musa. I think Johnny can do that job, though. Johnny with Ream should be enough to get the ball higher up the field. I think, honestly, even Weston McKennie can do that job. McKennie can definitely do that job of progressing the ball forward. I think McKennie, Johnny, and Tim Ream are technical enough to get it done. But it's still McKennie high up the field and Gio too deep, in my opinion. Richards. Mexico with the ball. Oh, Haji's able to. Haji, poor spin, and Mexico recovers the ball. Gallardo. saying who's saying free kick outside the box? And here comes Mexico. Johan. Okay. Haji Wright stole the ball from Johan Vasquez. Foul, foul, foul. That's a free kick. Free kick in a dangerous position here for the United States. And yellow card for Johan Vasquez. He loses. He's dispossessed by Haji Wright. Haji Wright takes him on. And that'll be a free kick for the United States right from the edge of the box on the right side. Okay, let's see who's going to take the free kick here for the United States. But good moment there from Haji Wright, taking the ball from Johan Vasquez and still being able to progress the ball forward and draw the foul. Who's on the ball here? Ideally, we would want a left-footed player, but we don't have it. So Christian Pulisic's going to take it. We're really not going to let Gio Reyna take any set pieces, are we? So Pulisic, very, very poor free kick from Christian Pulisic. It hits the wall. Pulisic, I don't know why Pulisic's still taking set pieces. I just don't get it at this point. It just hasn't been good enough. You have to switch it at some point. Like Pulisic's just not doing well when it comes to set pieces for multiple games for the United States. Dest sends it long to Haji in the box. Still fighting for it. No one wins it. Weah, McKennie, and that'll be a free kick for the United States. That can be a dangerous delivery if we can get the delivery right. That's the main issue right here. 55 minutes. 1-0 for the United States. Clearly, the U.S. is the superior team. But the game's not over. Can someone explain why Pulisic's taking set pieces? It beats the living crap out of me, man. I don't know why this is still happening. And Pulisic's going to take it again. Let's see if he can get it right. Pulisic delivers probably his best delivery. Not perfect, but decent delivery there from Christian Pulisic finally. Okay, here comes Mexico. Jesus Gallardo down the left. Gallardo tries to find Henry Martin down the middle. Nothing. Dude, let's be honest here with one thing. This Mexican team sucks. This is a really bad team. This Mexican team sucks. Okay? Lozano with the shot, and then Turner saves it. Can we agree on that? Like, this is literally the worst generation I've ever seen from Mexico. And Lozano goes through. Shot is challenged by Gio. And then Matt Turner makes the easy save. And the U.S. will recover possession here and try to play out of the back with Tim Ream. Out wide to Serginho Dest. Let's see what Dest does here. Back to Richards. And Richards will just go long again. We're going route one football here. Just going long, long, long. Trying to find Haji almost as a target, man. Oh, Tim Weah with the bad touch. The game's a little electric right now. Okay, Weah. McKennie. Oh, get a card ref for Edson Alvarez. Little card there, ref. Edson Alvarez is losing his temper slowly. Big baby. McKennie here for a little skill move, and then Weston, and then Edson Alvarez. Oh, that man, that could have been a red, man. That could have been a red. He went studs up to get McKennie. That probably should have been a red. Not gonna. He really went to get Weston right there. Freaking piece of shit. Gio Reyna with the ball. They're starting to lose their temper already, Mexico. Already. Pulisic finds McKennie. McKennie. Haji Wright might be off. Offsides call. Haji Wright is offsides a lot. Haji Wright is off a lot. That should absolutely have been a red. That should have been a red, and probably, but again, you can't Can't give a red card right to Mexico. Even though last game there were 2 reds, but it was a red too. That should have been a red card for Edson Alvarez. But let's move on here. 59 minutes. Still United States. Oh, Pulisic loses it. Oh boy. So I don't know how bad the knock is on Haji Wright, but we should probably send in Balogun for Haji at this point. Haji's consistently offsides, not having the best of games. Could he score out of nowhere? Sure, but I probably would have rather have like Balogun at this point. The thing is, I don't know how big of a knock it is, and if we're playing in transition, I don't think it's the ideal game for Ricardo Pepi. Ball goes long. Richards loses it. And Des got pushed. Henry Martin. Oh, he missed it. Serginho Des. You can't do that, man. I know he got bumped there by Henry Martin, but thank goodness Henry Martin sucks ass. That was Mexico's golden opportunity. And this guy couldn't hit the target 10 yards out. Yeah, Des cannot get bullied like that in the box as pretty much the last man. You can't allow that to happen. Yeah, a little bit of a shaky moment there from Serginho Dest. A little bit of a shaky moment. Interesting, right? So 30 minutes to go. Mexico needs a goal. They have Santi Jimenez on the bench, and they haven't sent him in yet. No Santi Jimenez. Interesting. And now they're sending, is that Orbelin Pineda? It looks like Pineda is coming on, and they need a goal, and Santi is still not playing. I wonder why. I do think Santi is overrated. But I mean, the guy is scoring in the Netherlands, and you would think that maybe that would give him an opportunity, but still not playing at all. Tim Ream with the ball for the United States. 61 minutes here into the game, so roughly 30 minutes to go, plus whatever added time the ref gives, which shouldn't be a lot because we haven't been wasting much time. Johnny Cardoso switches. Bad pass from Johnny. Bad pass from Johnny. Trying to switch it to A-Rob, and then Mexico recovers the ball here. Edson Alvarez being pressed. Johnny's high up the field now for some reason. Well, I guess it's the similar role from Tyler Adams. Edson Alvarez all the way back to Cesar Montes, and then Mexico's trying to build out of the back. Mexico hasn't created anything. Gio Reyna stole the ball. Foul. Card to Antuna. Stopped the moment in transition. Yellow card for Antuna. Julian Araujo is not playing. He's injured. Let's go back here. So free kick for the U.S. Go short. Gio Reyna with the ball. Opens wide. Christian Pulisic on a 1v1. Oh, he went through. Ooh. Cleared. Gio Reyna. Get a shot. Go. Gio Reyna. Go. 2-0. Gio fucking Reyna. 2-0. Let's go. Gio fucking. What a player. 2-0 for the United States. What a beauty. What a goal. What a goal. 2-0. What a play from Pulisic. Gets across. They clear it. Gio Reyna gets one hitter. Just straight up hits it. What a goal. Not as beautiful as Tyler Adams' goal, but there you go, Gio. What a hit. Dude, Mexico's got to be tired by now. Oh boy. Ah. The Santi Jimenez is on. Santi Jimenez is on. Santi Jimenez is on. 2-0 for the United States with now roughly 25 minutes to go. Gio Reyna, man.
Who else? What did we say? Push him further up the field, and this is what happens. What a finish, too. He put that near post when the far post was begging for a curler. He just volleyed that right between Ochoa and the near post. What? And first touch on the bounce, too. That's a beautiful goal. I mean, it's not a Tyler Adams Golazzo, but it's a beautiful goal.
What about Pulisic's play before that?
Oh my God, dude. They're cooking. We're cooking them. We're cooking them. I want to make it 3 again.
The gap between these teams is too big.
It's huge, dude. It's huge. We could literally fuff around for an entire half and still win this game comfortably 2-0. Dude, is it even a rivalry anymore if we just keep winning?
Yeah.
At what point does this become?
Balogun's coming on.
For Haji, that's the right
Good
move.
sub. That's the right sub, yeah.
Yeah, it's the right move. Maybe Musa at some point for Weston. Weston looks a little slow. He's starting to tire a bit.
Mm-hmm. No, honestly, just because I was saying this even in the first half when both teams weren't playing that well, but just the eye test, just by watching it, the gap is too big between these two teams. In the bench, look at the bench. We're having Balogun come off the bench.
Yeah, and we still have Pepe there. We still have Musa there. Yeah, we replaced Tyler Adams with a La Liga's top 6 team starter,
Mm-hmm. And we're misusing Gio, and it's still...
We misused him for the entire game so far, and he still manages to pop up and get us a goal.
It's one of those that, if you use the players properly and we played better than what we did, this is honestly a game to win 4-0.
Well, no. If we had Gio at the 10 in the first half, this wouldn't even be a question.
And then Wido is saying, I was wrong to be scared. I think at this point, L3 doesn't really scare the U.S. men's national team anymore.
No.
They used to be this scary opponent for us because they used to be, quite honestly, far better than us. We used to try.
They had a really good team, especially the last decade leading up to 2018. After 2019, it all changed. The turning point was that 2021 Nations League. That was the turning point. We beat them in the final, and they've never recovered since. That and the Gold Cup also.
I think it's a mix of our generation being the best we've ever had, and this is honestly probably
the worst I've seen in my lifetime for Mexico, by far. Yeah. I mean, what have they created in this game? Nothing.
Just the Des mistake. That was it.
Yeah, but that's something we gifted them,
Yeah, and they fucked it up.
Yeah.
And then Woos is saying, get off of me, Greg. Get off of me, Greg.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm still Greg out.
Did you see Greg about to square up with Edson? I was like, bro, I would not want to get anywhere. And he was on the ground, so I do not want to be anywhere near Greg's legs.
Jeff Carey saying 2-0. Yeah, we're getting your prediction. I said 2-1. We're about to hit minute 69. This is why you need Gio in the final third. Yeah, we've been saying that all game long. You need to have Gio high up the field.
He just casually hits that on the volley. He doesn't take a touch, nothing. He just hits it on the volley, casually almost. And then look, is his parents.
Yeah, they showed Claudio Reyna and Danielle Reyna.
Claudio and Danielle.
Why did the chicken wear a condom? Jeff, come on, man. I don't know, and I don't want to answer that. I don't even want to know.
Keep it all for tact. He loves it, Jeff.
No, I'm good. Oh, minute 69. Nice. Pete, well,
Nice.
you came here on purpose at minute 69.
Oh,
Didn't
100%. Had nothing to do with Gio's Galazzo. It was all about making sure I was here for minute 69. And also Spicy Jeff's comments.
you? Yeah. I'm kind of curious of the answer now. Steven Spada is saying a night and day difference from the Jamaica match. Yes. Well, a lot of it has to do also, one, with Gio Reyna starting. That does help. The other thing is like Mexico gives you a lot more space and they don't bunker like we said it. Mexico wanted to have a chance. They're the inferior opponent. They should have bunkered.
Yeah,
But
they really
can't control
didn't.
their
They
play.
came right after us. A-Rob has not been great tonight, huh?
No, both games he didn't play well.
Both games. It's been a really poor camp for A-Rob.
I'd say less worse today than the last game, though. Less worse.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bad foul from A-Rob.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not a free kick.
No, goal kick.
Santi hasn't really done much, huh?
No, he just came on like 5 minutes ago. I need a Balogun goal. That's what
I
we
know.
need.
A Gio assist to Balogun would be great.
Uh-huh. Jose Reyes saying, is Mexico an actual team? Like, this is what you have. I predicted the U.S. and Mexico being equal 10 years ago. This is with Greg as a coach. Yes, imagine if we had a really good coach.
I know. It's insane what it would look like.
Matt Poliquin is saying, imagine what this team could do with a competent coach. We all agree on that. The U.S. with a competent coach.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys in the post game.
See you soon. Okay, here comes Mexico down the left flank. We got 19 minutes to go, 2-0 lead. So does Mexico still have a shot? Sure, they have a shot, but I kind of want us to get that 3-0 goal, 3-0 win. Johnny heads it. Oh, penalty kick for Mexico. Santi Jimenez. That seemed like a dive. Let's see the replay. Is that a penalty? Seriously? That's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. That's a ridiculous. Oh, okay, VAR. That's a flop. Okay, VAR checking. That's not a penalty kick. Let's see what the call is going to be. Let's see. The VAR and the call is no penalty kick. Clear dive. Should probably give a yellow card to Santi Jimenez. Thank you very much, ref. Frank saying Mexico starts losing and Mexico fans get homophobic. Have they? I haven't heard anything so far. No penalty kick for Mexico here. Clear dive from Santi Jimenez. That's the right call. That is the right call. Even though, let's be honest, Santi would probably miss the penalty kick anyway. The game is getting a bit sloppy right now. It's getting a bit sloppy. Um, Dux is saying Drake Calendar has to come on pronto. We don't. Oh, Richards. What was that? What was that from Richards? Blocked by Johnny. A weird moment there by Chris Richards. We don't need Drake Calendar on. He can stay on the bench. Matt Turner's fine. Brendan McPhail saying, L3 is losing when they start flopping like a. Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been doing it a lot also throughout the game. Quite a bit. Also, Edson Alvarez probably should have had a red card by now. We're letting the game get a bit too sloppy, though. The United States needs to be a bit more in control in possession. Johnny gets the ball. Fine. Bad pass from Johnny. Good spin, bad pass. Got to recover now. Johnny recovers it. Gio also recovers it. Nope, Mexico still has it. Tim Reen clears it. Johnny just blasts it up to Tim Weah. Weah able to settle it for the U.S. The game is getting so sloppy, man. Alvarez. Piss him off. Hit Alvarez. He'll get pissed. Gio Reyna out the ball. The games are just getting way too sloppy right now to watch. Gio Reyna tries. We need to calm the game down, hold possession. We're letting it just get like chaotic. You don't want chaos right now. You have to be under control. Jose V saying, not even surprised that we're losing. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before the game. The United States has better players, so Mexico probably should have adapted and took a more defensive approach, try to play in transition. They didn't. They try to actually outplay a team that's superior to them, and that's what happened. Chucky Lozano down the left, Tim Ream, cross goes in, and no one. That'll be a throw-in for the United States. U.S. started owning Mexico after CONCACAF adopted VAR. When did CONCACAF adopt VAR? Can't remember right now. I can't remember. But here's the thing, too. It just coincides with the U.S. having this talented generation, and Mexico honestly having a terrible generation. It's probably like we said before. I don't know about. I'm not that old, but in my lifetime, in the 2000s and 2010s, this is the worst Mexican team I've ever seen in my life. Pulisic. Oh, what a pass from Pulisic to A-Rob. Oh, he couldn't find Balogun in the box. Beautiful through ball from Pulisic. Jimenez. Serginho Dest. Pineda tries to go inside. Johnny with the steal. Pineda versus Dest. Let's see how this goes for Mexico. Ball goes inside. Richards, clear it. Oh, Richards hit it harder. Get it out of there. Ball goes in for Mexico. Get it out of there. Good clearance from Gio. Weah tries to win the header, and Ream was actually the one that cleared it, and then Balogun with the ball. Oh, my goodness, Balogun. The game is just overly sloppy right now, and this is not good for the United States. When it gets sloppy, it's much better for the desperate team and the less technical team. The U.S. is the best side. You don't want it to get sloppy. You want to be under control. Gio Reyna's down. And who's coming on for Gio? Yunus Musa for Gio. Not a bad sub. Gio might be a bit gassed out. Not a bad sub. We'll get Musa in with tired legs, against tired legs, right, with fresh legs. Honestly, if we go through, the only thing I have issue with Berhalter today was putting Gio Reyna so deep. My main thing with it is Berhalter's substitutions have been spot on so far. The substitutions have been spot on. Gio looks gassed, man. He's gassed. You're going to put Yunus Musa with fresh legs. You got a 2-0 lead. Hold on to this 2-0 lead. The problem is we need to calm the fuck down at this point. You need to calm down in the game. Hold on possession. Essentially what I'm saying is the United States has to slow the game down. We're not controlling the tempo in the midfield. We're letting Mexico create chaos, and that is not good. Don't let Mexico create chaos. Matt Turner. McKennie. Serginho Dest. And that would be a recovery for McKennie. Just blasted on the Mexican player. That would be a throw in for the United States. We're about to hit minute 80 now. Greg is using chat GPT to help him. Just asks it just asking AI for help at this point. We did talk about this in the past, how having AI could possibly help Berhalter. Bandit Ligo saying, why don't Brazil give the team to Thiago Motta? Triple G is better than Brazilian coaches. I am a fan of Haiti. I'm not confident about the US and Brazilian coaches. I don't know if the Brazilian coaches are worse than Greg, but the Brazilian coaches are not good for the most part. You are right about that. I don't think they're worse than Greg, but they are not good. In terms of giving Thiago Motta an opportunity, I'll be fine with that. Thiago Motta has been doing a tremendous job in Italy this season for Bologna. And again, he is Brazilian too, and Italian as well. Joey saying, impressive. We haven't even played that well, to be honest. No, I don't think we've played that well today. It's just that our team is clearly superior. We can probably agree that Berhalter didn't fuck things up as badly today. Well, he didn't do anything. Okay. Let's be honest with him. Berhalter didn't make any mistakes today besides the Gio Reyna being super. Oh, cross goes in. Ooh. A-Rod with the cross, and it goes through Timothy Weah, and it doesn't reach Weston McKennie. It's just Mexico is really bad. Mexico is just really bad. Why have Reyna when there's a true GOAT, Roldan? We don't have Roldan anymore. Roldan is done at the national team. And then Holy Cow 325 saying Greg needs to play the new Football Manager. I wonder if Greg Berhalter plays Football Manager. I wonder if he plays Football Manager. Tim Ream tries to go long again. Mexico with the ball. What was funny to me was I went on Twitter, and then Heath Pierce is like making shit up on Twitter as always, just as if everyone's complaining. No one's complaining about the performance. There's Balogun. The thing, because when you think about this performance, is are there things that could have been better? Sure. But it's a 2-0 win against Mexico where the United States was maybe not dominant, but clearly the better team. Clearly the better team. So sure, there's not much to complain besides a few adjustments here and there, but I don't think it was a bad performance in any manner from the US. And here comes Mexico. And Johnny's able to clear it. Johnny started off a little slow in the second half, but in the past 10 minutes, Johnny has been pretty rock solid defensively. James is saying Gio man of the match. Also, Weah and Dest are cooking together. Well, Dest's highlight reel is going to be fire in this game, man. He's going to put out a pretty good highlight reel. We're obviously going to talk about it in the post game, but most of the performances in this game have been good. The one thing that was a bit disappointing, I don't know if you guys agree, I thought Chris Richards wasn't that good. Not horrible, because no one was actually horrible. But Chris Richards was a bit weird in the game. Not that good. Andrew's saying your super chat is invalid about the VAR because the United States has 18-9-8-8 in the last 24 years. Yeah, I agree with you in that. Well, I mean, the record speaks for itself, right? I don't think it's been only the VAR disappearing. The United States from the 2000s forward has obviously improved in soccer quite a bit. And obviously with this generation, even more. So I don't think it's really the VAR. It's just I just think the U.S. has a better team than Mexico right now, with or without the VAR. Lozano, that's a flop, man. That's a flop. A-Rob barely touched him. 6 minutes to go. That's just a big, big flop. Okay. So free kick here for Mexico with 6 minutes to go. If they want to have any shot, this is it. Ball goes in. Ream clears it. Musa tries to win it. Weah can't clear. Shot goes in. Nope. Over the crossbar. Over the crossbar. Man, this Mexican team is so bad. This is so bad. I'm cooking the picanha later today, man. I'm cooking that picanha later today. And it's going to taste good. It's going to taste real, real good. Five more minutes, and the United States will celebrate its third CONCACAF Nations League out of 3. Every single one, and then the United States has won. I think we can pretty much already, let's be honest, we can start celebrating it. Kings, we're the kings of CONCACAF. Can we all just say that right now? We're the kings of CONCACAF. Four minutes to go. And the United States are proving once again that they're the best team in CONCACAF. Long throw in, cleared by Johnny Cardoso. Yeah, Johnny actually, I didn't think Johnny started off the first half, the second half really well, but the past like 20 minutes or so, Johnny defensively has been rock solid. On the ball, hasn't really offered much. Jose Perez saying, you guys may win, but at least we didn't have the, what is that? I can't see the emoji. Oh, go. You know what? I'm just blocking that. So you put a monkey. Yeah. Jose Perez, you are getting banned for that. Yeah, we're not going to accept racist super chats. So thank you for the money, but go fuck yourself, Jose. We're not taking that. You're blocked. Pulisic with the ball. Shoot. Ooh, blocked. Blocked. Let's get number 3. Let's get number 3. We need to get number 3. By the way, everyone, thank you very much, everyone that tuned in, everyone that hit the like button, everyone that also joined our Patreon. We got a lot of Patrons today, so thank you very much for everyone that joined our Patreon. I truly appreciate everyone that hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Pulisic with the delivery. McKennie heads it inside. Weah, that can be number 3. Oh, Ochoa saved it, almost scored by Johnny. Johnny almost scored. And here comes Mexico trying to hit in transition, but this team just sucks ass. This team just sucks ass. Ochoa coming big. If it wasn't for Ochoa, it could have been like 3 or 4-0. There's a header from McKennie, header from Weah. Johnny just comes and just tries to finish it the way he could, and Ochoa saves it again. Imagine we finished the game with Johnny and Tyler Adams being the goal scorers. Why did the game stop? Was it the homophobic chants again? Is that why they stopped the game? Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know why they stopped the game. Yep. So discriminatory language policy. Okay. Discriminatory language policy. I can't hear what they're saying. I have the earphones here to try to hear, but I don't know. But it doesn't really matter. They're stopping the game right now. So unnecessary. And they're asking what happened to the Tactical Yanks podcast. So, Braden, we haven't had time to line up our schedules, Pete, to keep it going. We're going to try to bring it back, but we haven't had time. That's the main issue. And they're saying Mexican commentators confirmed that it was the homophobic chants. Yep. So that's why they stopped. Okay, so they're losing and they're not behaving. So a lot of them are leaving. Also, the O3 fans. A lot of them are leaving. Yeah, let's remain classy. Let's remain classy. You can take the loss and still remain classy. I mean, they should be used to it by now. They should be used to it by now. It looks like Malik Tillman might come on for like a minute or so because the game is honestly, why doesn't the ref can just end the game at this point too? I know you have to play it till the very last second, but you can just end the game at this point. Um, you could do that, and it wouldn't really matter because it is over. And wow, we did get a lot of patrons here today. So thank you everyone that joined. Remember, we will have a Patreon meetup and we have retro jersey giveaways on Patreon. So if you want to join, the link is in the description of this video. It's a way that I can give back to the community when you guys are giving to us too. So thank you very much, everyone that joined the Patreon, everyone that subscribed to the channel, everyone that hit the like button, everyone that followed us on Instagram, because we're trying to hit 20,000 followers there on Instagram. So I truly appreciate it. The handles and descriptions, just Tactical Manager TV on Instagram. So follow us there, Twitter, everyone. Thank you very much. And Pete's here. Hey, Pete.
Is it even a rivalry anymore, Tack?
No, and they're being classy as always when they
Oh
lose.
yeah, so classy.
And I had also a racist super chat here that I had
Oh,
to ban.
did you?
Yeah,
From
they're
a tree fan.
yeah. Oh, possibly he called us a monkey team. So yeah,
Wow,
very
must be
classy,
pretty
very
bad if you're
classy.
losing.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like they're dealing very well with this loss.
As always.
Yeah,
If they don't resort to violence, they'll resort to homophobic chants.
Jamaica's a bigger rival than Mexico at this point.
It's absurd. This is the 7th game now that they haven't won. Because 2 in World Cup.
7,
So
yeah.
Nations League, Gold Cup, Nations League, Gold Cup, and then World Cup qualifying twice. Nations League again, the weird friendly, and then now Nations League again. Yeah. 7.
Yeah, Jamaica put up a tougher fight, man.
Jamaica definitely put up a tougher fight. Dude, Canada put up a tougher fight in, well, that's questionable.
Nah,
it was about the same. About the same.
Arthur Oliva, I am thinking that Adams injuring his hamstring was a Zenkai boost. Zenkai that's from Dragon Ball Z, isn't it? I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z, but I watched it in Portuguese. So that's what I'm trying to understand when Super Saiyan. But Gerald got a Chichia, Jamaica greater than Mexico. Based off this, sure, they put up an actual fight. Mexico doesn't really like when they put up a fight against us. It was literally when our B team faced them, or when we played at Mexico, and then they put up a fight, but we were still better.
Yeah.
Tom is saying I don't know if I can say the word without getting killed. So the P word here isn't a homophobic chant, and then the J word and the M word are. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know. I have no comment there. Chino for the win. David, thank you for the super chat. And then Alexander Mantuf saying LGBT plus Mexicans have said they don't like it, Tom. Yeah. So, Tom, if they said they don't like it, we just don't say it. That's how I'm going to go about it. And the whole report. And then now we're going corner kick for Mexico. There's like 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left in the game. Corner kick cleared. It honestly could have been 3 or 4.
Did we really have any other chances though?
Pulisic early. We had also the Johnny one that was almost a goal.
Pulisic and Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny tried to trick Ochoa, but Ochoa had a good game, man. I thought
he's four. I remember making fun of Ochoa for saying he wanted to be the keeper of the 2026 World Cup like 3 years ago. But you know what? It's only 2 years away. He's on track.
Mm-hmm. Let me get here. And everyone, we're going to go in literally like 1 minute or so, like 2 or 3 minutes, whatever the game's over. We're going to go to 11 Yanks. So I'm going to put the link here for everyone. We're going to go all to 11 Yanks because we're going to have the post game there. So we'll see you guys there. As soon as you get to that chat, so we don't have to consistently ask for it, just hit the like button, just like you did here. We don't have to ask for it during the stream. And I'm going to put the link right here. Let me get the link. So the link will be in the chat right now. And there it is. We're going to go there as soon as the game is over. Pete will be going live. Hit the like button when you get there. We're celebrating. Pete, can I cook the picanha in the middle of the stream?
Yeah, why not? Why
Just
not?
make everyone hungry.
Why not?
Chino for the win, David. The word they're chanting is not a homophobic chant. It means female dog in Spanish. Guys, this is a soccer chant. I'm not going to get into this. They're claiming it is a homophobic chant, and they paused the game. Not me to judge. Not going to get into that. Okay, here comes the U.S. Serginho Dest. Nothing. Cool boy Josh. I can't see. Did he just send like Germany 7-1 Brazil? Why?
No.
That's
Mad?
very random. That's very random. Zach saying, I remember all the Mexican fans throwing trash at the Trinidad team in the 2015 Gold Cup. They're always salty. Yeah, they're being sore losers today once again. It's happened more than once. I agree with that. The thing is, today it's the Mexico national team fans, but they're probably they're probably Americans there. They're American L3 fans that are throwing trash there. So I would say I wouldn't say Mexicans. I would say like L3 fans. But United States 0. Pete, you want to go get the stream started? I'm about to end it here.
Yeah, I'm going to send you the link.
Send me the link. I'll meet you there in a second. And the game is over, pretty much over, with the United States winning. Everyone, thank you very much for watching here. The game's about to end in like 20 seconds, 10 seconds. We're going to go to 11 Yanks. I'm putting the link in the chat. If you guys want to join the Patreon, links in the description. Also, thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring this stream. It's number 3. We can all say right now, El Tri is finished, done. You guys are no longer the dominant force in CONCACAF Mexico. It's the United States of America. We have won again. That's 7 games where Mexico does not defeat the U.S. The U.S. wins the 3rd out of 3 CONCACAF Nations League. Another performance with ease, and the U.S. wins it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I know you guys are all like getting ready here to go. The game is not technically officially over. We still got like a couple seconds to go. It should have been over by now. But once again, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the stream. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And let's go celebrate at 11 Yanks. Meet us all there. Go to the 11 Yanks channel. Let's go. Let's celebrate. Right here. Champions once again. We win it again. And Berhalter didn't shit the bed. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys at 11 Yanks. See you guys in like a minute there. Just go to 11 Yanks right now. Bye. And thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring Tactical Manager TV. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match, or basketball, or football as well, but we don't talk about those two in Tactical Manager TV. Sometimes basketball during live watch-alongs. I have been playing Underdog Fantasy for over a year now. You can download the app by using the link on the description of this video, and you can also use the promo code TMTV. And Underdog will be matching your first deposit for up to $100. And in the process, you'll be helping the channel avoid bankruptcy. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. You just click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for a specific match and select the stats that you believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about your picks because it's not easy to win. I'll be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams or match live watch-alongs, so stay tuned for that, as I will be forced to cheer for a player or root against him. Now, I am a professional hater, so I'll probably be rooting for the player's downfall. Once again, don't forget to use the promo code TMTV and use the link on the description of this video. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the channel.